recent video posted this morning, he took aim at federal politics and the economy.
Seems like the harder you work, the more Washington looks the other way. Lower taxes for billionaires, higher prices for working people.
Barnes served a term as lieutenant governor under Governor Tony Evers. He ran for U.S. Senate in 2022, but lost by over 26,000 votes to incumbent Republican Senator Ron Johnson. Barnes joins a crowded field of candidates for governor in the Democratic primary. 3 Republicans have declared a run for governor. As of right now, both parties will have primaries next August. For Civic Media News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson.
The latest Marquette poll showed most Wisconsinites aren't paying much attention to the governor's race just yet. The attorney for Morgan Geyser, the woman convicted in the Slender Man stabbing case, wants her returned to a state mental health facility in the Fox Valley. The 23-year-old recently escaped from a
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who loves to watch true crime, but only if it's shoplifting, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back. I said back. That's right. It is Tuesday. This is our second night on the air this week, and I love Tuesday almost as much as I love Wednesday. Hope you're all having a great day wherever you're joining us from all over our beautiful state. If not a bit cold, it's great to have you here at Nite Lite tonight because we've got so much fun planned and so much to talk about. Lots of fun events, cool Civic Media stuff, Text to Win contest. It's Giving Tuesday. It's also Travel Tuesday. We're going to talk about a big screening we have coming up on Thursday, some great guests tonight. And we are sort of celebrating our second year anniversary tonight, sort of a soft celebrate, if you will, tonight and tomorrow night. So we'll get into all that as well. And, of course, we will talk maybe a little Bears-Packers. That's a big game coming up. And just so much to get to. So it's good we have this extra hour. We are on now from 5 to 8, if you didn't know, or if you did not listen much last week because of the holiday. It's great to have you, and very exciting news. Mr. Conrad Krieger is back on the other side of the glass. Hey, Con.
Hello.
How was your trip?
Oh, it was great. You know, I was warm.
Yeah.
You know, there was a couple days where it was a little windy.
I love that. It was 80, but it was a little windy. It was disconcerting.
You know, they kind of did a cruel trick, like when boarding our flight back to Wisconsin. We had to go outside to get into it. You know, it's not like the tunnel.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, right.
We had to go outside, and it was like 80-something, and it was just... And I was like, what kind of... This is mean.
And you knew what you were coming back to
Exactly,
because
yeah.
you heard about all the snow. When did you get back? Monday?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I got back Sunday, yeah.
Okay.
And, well, it was a smooth flight, though. But I got... Yeah. It was. I don't like to be hot on an airplane, so I wore shorts and a T-shirt, you know, obviously. And I could feel that cold as soon as I got out of that plane. I was
well
like,
done.
Well, I'm going to go to the bathroom and change into some joggers and a sweatshirt now.
That's awesome. Well, it's good to have you back. And the trip was fun. You golfed. You got to see your folks a little bit.
I actually golfed the best score I've ever had. Saturday or no Friday.
Finally
whatever day it was.
the windmill hole, huh? That's awesome. Hi-yo.
I got a 91.
A 91?
Yeah, which is really. That's the best score I've ever had.
I don't think I've ever gotten a 91 on 9 holes, even when I cheated. So
it was, you know, I was
91. That's great.
I was feeling good that day.
How was the course? Was it like kind of a tough course, or was it a good one?
It wasn't easy because there was a lot of bunkers, but like it was pretty open.
Okay.
So if you kind of, you know, you sliced it or, you know, left or right, you know, it was pretty easy to get back on the fairway. But the day before, I stopped keeping score because of how bad I did. Because we played at this course that, you know, it's once you go into the woods, like it's really hard to get back out.
Yeah.
I probably hit a branch every single hole.
Any alligators on the course?
No alligators.
Okay.
But I did it. I was like kind of a little angry because I was doing so bad. And I hit one of the best shots I've had all day. It was straight, was the distance, you know, I wanted. And it hit a tree and came back 40 yards.
Oh, that's like a Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack or something. Have you ever seen an alligator on the course?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't golf much besides Wisconsin, so.
Right. I was in Florida a couple years ago, and I did see an alligator at the place we were staying. There was a golf course, and they said that rarely happens. You see it in movies and stuff like that. But, hey, folks, I got to tell you about something here right out of the gate. This is exciting because I mentioned today is Giving Tuesday. Such a great day. All over the state, we are celebrating this here at Civic Media. So it's a National Day of Giving. This is nationwide, and you can help. You can donate to one of many nonprofits. Just go to your local Civic Media radio station and click on the station's website /give and click on the Giving Tuesday banner to help local nonprofits in your area. And, whether it's WMDX, WXCO, WAUK, WFHR, WRCE, WISS, WGBW, WBZH, WLCX, or the TAP in Eau Claire, just go to your local website /give and click on the Giving Tuesday banner. And, your contributions are so appreciated, and they're going to such great causes. Lots of these nonprofits. It's just great stuff. So it's happening all today, and you can give all week, too. We will be reminding you of this all week, but thank you for your kindness. Please give what you can. It is very, very much appreciated by everyone here at Civic Media, as well as those who will actually receive, and there are a lot of those people out there. So your kindness is much appreciated. So we've got, what else do we have? Oh, we got Text to Win. This is exciting. Con, we already started yesterday. You missed the first day of Text to Win, but it's going through December 12th.
Yes.
And I will be giving details in just a few minutes, as well as the keyword before the end of this first break. So stick around, folks, for the next few minutes. Well, stick around for the whole show, if you would, please. I'm going to tell you about our really cool screening tomorrow night. And what else do we have? Great guest tonight. 2 years ago, we started this show, Nite Lite. And everyone who pitched in and got the show off the ground, I'm very grateful for. And they know who they are. It's a long line of people to list here at Civic Media, but Civic Media took a chance with this show. I don't think there's any other entertainment radio show on anywhere that I know of, and we focus on entertainment here, and I cannot thank everyone at Civic Media enough, starting with Sage Weil, from the top on down, Corey, Aaron, Catherine, even people who are no longer at the company. It was a group effort, and we've been on for 2 years now, and I'm so thankful. I love doing this show, and I love the listeners. I love the texts we get every night. It's fun working with Con. It's fun working with Amanda and Zommers and all the other people that have pitched in to produce the show or filled in as hosts, like John and Gordy and Aaron. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for keeping us on the air 2 years. The show is growing. We're getting more listeners by the day, presumably, and it's very exciting. So thank you, everybody, for supporting Nite Lite, and I hope we'll be on for the foreseeable future. But either way, it has been an absolutely great run here. 2 years. What do you think, Con? What are your thoughts?
You said there wasn't another entertainment show. Well, you forgot there's Daylight in Chicago.
What's that? On the radio?
I was just trying to do a stupid joke, sorry.
What is it? Now you got to explain it.
Because it's Nite Lite, so I was Daylight.
Oh, God.
And it's in Chicago.
There's another show about entertainment, but it's on early in the morning, first thing.
Exactly.
In the town I was born in. Okay, well, that's good. That's the price you pay, though, Con, when you stick your neck out. It's not all gold.
Yeah.
Sometimes they land and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But speaking of our 2 year anniversary, our first guest ever was Bill Leff, who is a very funny and very talented comedian. And Bill is, and he's just a phenomenal, he's an even better guy than he is comedian or funny or show host, whatever you want to say. But he hosts the show, the nationally syndicated morning show on MeTV called Tune In With Me, where they play, he's the cartoon curator, where they play old bits and cartoons. And it's just a great show kind of geared at, parents and children that they can enjoy together. That show has been on probably 3 years now, I'm guessing. But Bill was our first guest. So he's going to join us here tonight. He was also our first anniversary guest, so we have Bill on once a year. I think he's been on other times too, but he's going to join us tonight at 6:35. It will be great to get caught up with Bill. He and Conrad have a running gag going. During Bill's first appearance on Nite Lite, he told me on the air that off the air, Conrad threatened to kill him. And
What do you mean gag?
so we can follow up on that. It hasn't happened yet, so Con, I tend to side with you on that. I believe you. I believe you're not trying to cause Bill any harm.
Well, see, you think I went to Florida.
Well, if Bill doesn't show up tonight, we'll see what happens. But and then joining us in about 20 minutes will be author Jim Nipfel. He wrote a great book, and that book has been turned into an independent film that is going to have a screening here at the Tarleton in downtown Green Bay. That is December 6th, I believe. We'll talk to Jim. He's here in the studio. That will be fun. My pal Mike Siegel might join us at 6:10. He's traveling, but we hope Mike can be here because he made a fantastic behind-the-scenes video of The Godfather of Green Bay. If you just go to YouTube and click on Godfather of Green Bay behind the scenes, there are interviews with Tony Goldwyn, Lauren Holly, Tom Lennon, Lance Barber, Steve Seagren, me. Mike did a great job. It's about 20 minutes long, but there's all kinds of funny stuff on there with some of the funniest people I've ever met and all these famous, great comedians who are much funnier than me. We'll talk to Mike about that if he can make it. He is a world traveler, so he's hoping he can join us then. And then another author joins the show tonight around 7:20. Brett Kissinger will be here. Brett has been on the show before, and he is a very prolific writer as well. So it'll be good to see Brett. He'll be here in the studio as well. So there you go. A big lineup tonight. And I think what we'll do, Con, is talk about the text to win, and then we'll do the question of the night when we come back after break and try to differentiate those texts a little bit, because last night I think I was reading keywords as they were actual texts, and that was confusing. So,
Yeah.
But we'll do that, and let me make sure I have all my information here. Folks, it is our Civic Media multi-state grown-up gift list text to win contest. This is one of our awesome text to win contests we do here. There's so much fun. It's happening it started yesterday, and it's going through December 12th, and it's on all our stations except the ones in Michigan. So if you're listening in Michigan, you cannot participate. The only other thing you need is the app, the Civic Media app, folks. It's very easy to use, very user-friendly. You can take all your favorite Civic Media shows with you wherever you go. Please download the app if you want to play our grown-up gift list text to win. And I will give you a keyword when I am done reading this announcement, and you just text the keyword in, and you are eligible for a daily prize of $200 in cash. That's like 20 sawbucks, Con.
Yeah.
You know what a sawbuck is? You ever hear that phrase? It's a $10 bill.
I've heard it, but I didn't know what it was.
All right. Well, now you do. There you go. That's a lot of sawbucks. $200 daily cash prize, and you are automatically enrolled for our 3 grand prizes, which are a brand new snowblower or a stainless steel cookware set or a portable air conditioner. What would you take, Con?
I live in an apartment right now, so the snowblower would be nice for the future.
You could sell it on the black market. I wouldn't advise that.
Nah, I wouldn't either.
Don't tell the bosses. You're not eligible. You can't win anyway. So great grand prizes. It's our grown-up gift list multi-state text to win contest. And the giveaway times are 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and right now, I'm going to give you the keyword, and we'll do it again at 7 o'clock. But our 5 o'clock hour keyword in our text to win contest is ELF. E-L-F. Piece of cake, folks. 3 letters, baby. Text it in on the app, and you could be looking at $200 burning a hole in your pocket and possibly even bigger prizes. But text in on the app the word ELF. E-L-F. That is this hour's keyword. There we go. We're off to a roaring start. Did you worry when you came back that you were going to forget how to produce the show?
No.
Really?
We've been doing it for 2 years, so it's
2 years. Interesting you say that because it's our anniversary. I don't know if you're trying to work that in.
It feels longer,
Tom Lennon did a great bit when he was here last week. He said, The Godfather of Green Bay, which coincidentally is playing December 4th at the Atwood Music Hall. I'm going to tell you about our screening at the Atwood Music Hall on Thursday when we come back. We'll do our question of the night. And boy, it is great to have you here, folks. I'm excited to talk about all kinds of stuff. And that's all coming up next. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
There's a heartbreak, baby, and it feels like love. There's a heartbreak, baby, and it feels like love. The beat don't stop, no, we talk so tough. It's about to arrive any minute now. You know, it's been a long, long overdue. Look out, cause it's coming right on through.
Local news and timeless hits, 97.9 WGBW with the Rascals. I'm Eric Westfall. Good evening. I've got that grown-up gift list text to win contest keyword. If you have not gotten it in yet, if you grabbed it a couple minutes ago, you only need to do it once an hour. But of course, you can do it each time we do it between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. You could win $200. That's the daily prize. Just like Jesse with an E did. He's got himself $200. I'm assuming Jesse with an E is a guy, but I don't know. Maybe she did it. I haven't met Jesse, but I know that Jesse's friends are excited because Jesse now has an extra $200. So, of course, there are the grand prize.
Let's groove tonight. Share the spice of life. Famous lights tonight.
Welcome back.
We gonna groove tonight.
This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. I am Pete Schwaba. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I know Tuesday is typically not a day people get excited about. I think it was Newman on Seinfeld who famously said Tuesday has no feel. And Kramer countered with, I feel Tuesday and Wednesday. But today's a big one. We got Giving Tuesday. I just gave you the details. We'll do more of that later. But also, it's Travel Tuesday. And I don't. That's supposed to be like you get discounts or something, I think, Con. If you book stuff on Tuesday, it's supposed to save you some money.
Okay.
But it did get me thinking, and it inspired tonight's question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question. Hey, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda. Question.
Questions.
In honor of Travel Tuesday, what's the crappiest state you've been to or city? In honor of Travel Tuesday, what's the crappiest city or state you've been to? You can let us know at 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app I just spoke about, which is very easy to use. And if you are watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X, you can drop us a stream comment. I've been, when I was a stand-up comic, I'm going to think outside the box here. I'm going to go first, Con.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
North Dakota state.
Wow.
I drove, and you'd think like when you get to the northern part of America, it can be so beautiful. Upstate New York, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, it stops at Minnesota. And North Dakota does not have those woods. There are times when you drive through North Dakota, it has its beauty, and the people are wonderful, but it just kind of can look like a wasteland. And it's very cold, even colder than Wisconsin, I believe.
I went on an Amtrak through North Dakota once. It was a snoozer.
Yeah, there's not much to look at. Now, when you get west, like to, not Minot, but what is the Bismarck, it starts to get a little hilly, and then you get into Montana and Idaho, and it's very beautiful. But yeah, North Dakota is just not much to look at. And then my city is basically almost part of North Dakota, Winnipeg, Canada. I was there during the winter and doing stand-up comedy, and I just had such a miserable experience that it was a tie actually between Winnipeg and Grand Blanc, Michigan. And Grand Blanc means Great White, I think. And it's like a sister city to Flint. And you know what? I say Grand Blanc because I didn't like the way people in Grand Blanc were talking about people in Flint. Flint is a city very down on its luck. They rubbed me the wrong way. But I would say overall city is probably Winnipeg and state is North Dakota. What about you, buddy?
I'm going to say South Dakota for my state because, we did this trip when I was younger. We went out to South Dakota and, it was cool, I guess. But like this Mount Rushmore is kind of it's a kind of a letdown. It's
Mount Rushmore is a First of all, that's the best thing about South Dakota. And that was a letdown?
You just go there and you're like, all right, that's cool. All right.
Look at those big dumb heads.
It's like, all right, we saw it.
I mean, but you appreciate what went into making Mount Rushmore in that
Yeah, I guess, but
mammoth
I don't know.
project.
All right, so
God, that is not easily impressed, folks.
honestly, I think I gave that too much hate. I retract.
All right. Well,
I will say this though: the city is Athens that I think is the crappiest.
Greece or Georgia?
Yeah. I've never been to Athens, Georgia, but
I was half kidding. You've been to Athens, Greece, but not Georgia. Okay.
Yeah. Let's just say, you see all the cool parts about it on TV, all that stuff. But like outside of that, it just looks terrible.
No kidding.
It's like we took a bus from the port all the way to like downtown Athens where all like the mythology and stuff is.
Yeah.
But when you're going through it, there's garbage everywhere. There's graffiti.
Jeez.
So much traffic. It was like, it wasn't even fun looking at.
Did you now, the city is also known for its salads and yogurt.
I didn't get
Country,
any of that.
I should say.
I didn't get any of that. I had some wine there, though.
You should have really capitalized on getting a Greek salad in the motherland.
Right.
Or the yogurt. It's good for gut health. All right, so let us know, folks, what is the crappiest? We're not really celebrating travel today or big savings on travel. I'm saying if you've traveled, what is the crappiest city or state you've been to? I say state, North Dakota, city, Winnipeg. Conrad says Athens, Greece. And I almost said Iowa, but that wouldn't have been fair because I like the people of Iowa, and Iowa has its beauty. But to me, it's always been a state you just have to drive through to get somewhere. It's not like destination Iowa has never been in my vocabulary.
All right, so I'll take back South Dakota, and I'll put Illinois out there.
Oh, that's going to lead us into some Bear Packer talk. We'll get into that a little bit later, too. But first, before we go to a break, folks, and Jim Nipfel is here. He's an author, and his book, Noogie's Time to Shine, has been turned into a movie, and it's going to be released soon. And more specifically, we're having a screening here in Green Bay, December 6th, which is this Saturday. Jim will be here in the studio talking about his book, and he's had just some incredible life experiences too. We'll talk to Jim about that. Bill F. is here to help us celebrate year number 2 on Nite Lite as we do a soft celebrate tonight and tomorrow night. Brett Kissinger, hopefully Mike Siegel joins us around 6:10, and it's a full show. But before we go to the break, I have to tell you, we are running out of Days Con where I have to talk about my own movie screening, but it's happening Thursday at the Atwood Music Hall in Madison. Doors open at 6. The show starts at 7. It's sponsored by Downdren's Distilling, Civic Media, and WMDX. It's going to be a really fun night. John and Gordy from the John and Gordy Show are going to introduce the film. We're going to do a Q&A with those guys afterwards. Part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society. Music by the Bodines. A really fun, it should be a really fun night. So if you can stop by, say hello, ask a question, or just enjoy the movie. It's kind of a feel-good film, and there's some big laughs and a great cast. Tony Goldwyn, Lauren Holly, Tom Lennon, Lance Barber. You've heard them all on this show before, and Tracy Thorpe, and all kinds of great actors. So it should be a fun night. Hope you can make it. We're going to give 2 tickets away either tonight or tomorrow night as well, Con. Did you know that?
Sounds good to me.
Not missing a beat in Florida for like a month, and he comes back and he's ready to go. All right, we're coming right back. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
We clean up and now it's time to learn. We clean up and always take me there, the place I love. People around every corner, they seem to smile and say, we don't care what your name is, boy, we'll never turn you away. So I'll continue to say, here I always will stay. So ferry, cross the Mersey, 'cause this land's the place I love, and here I'll stay, and here I'll stay, here I'll stay. 97.9 FM. Wipeout.
From the 97.9 WGBW newsroom, I'm Stuart J. Waddles with this local news update. Based in Green Bay, the largest bank headquartered in Wisconsin just got even bigger. Associated Bank Corp announced yesterday they're acquiring American National Corporation in an over $600 million merger. American National operates 33 branches across Nebraska, Minnesota, and Iowa. The partnership means Associated will become the second largest bank in the Omaha metropolitan area and puts them at number 2 in the Twin Cities. The deal is expected to close in the second quarter of next year. Yesterday was the start of the 2026 campaign season. Candidates that want to run in the April election can now circulate nomination papers and collect signatures. They have just over a month to do that and file any additional campaign paperwork. The deadline is January 6th. Gas prices have dropped in every state in the nation over the past week, leading to a national average of $2.95. According to Gas Buddy, the national average has dropped to the lowest level we've seen in over the past 4 years. This week, a gallon of gas is averaging $2.65 in Appleton, $2.68 in Green Bay, and $2.66 in Oshkosh. If you've ever dreamed of living in that beautiful, ornate old home on Madison Street in downtown Green Bay, now's your chance. The 125
Welcome back. It's so funny. I just saw Dave on the stream. He's a regular Nite Lite texter here. I'm Pete Schwaba, by the way. Welcome back to Nite Lite. Dave says Dayton, Ohio. And you know what, Con? That was up there with me. I knew people from there. I had family there, but I did stand up there and just did not have a great experience. I didn't think the crowds were that great, but Dave says my daughter lives there now. But before she moved there, I stayed at a Red Roof Inn. Well, that could be part of the problem, Dave. He says we were heading to Carolina, and it's the halfway point. Anyway, we got to town after 9 p.m., so not a lot going on at Dayton after 9, apparently. He said both times I made the trip, I ended up in some place, same place. Disgusting. You need a new travel agent, Dave. We'll figure that out. We can help you. We have a travel agency branch here at Nite Lite, don't we, Con? Hook people up. Sure. You're just supposed to play along.
Yeah, I can help you out. Any travel needs, I'm here.
He's got a guy. He'll hook you up then. All right. All right. This is exciting, folks. I am absolutely thrilled to introduce my first guest. He has never been here before. I mean, he's been here, but not to Nite Lite before, and we are excited to welcome him here into the studio. His most recent book, Noogie's Time to Shine, has just been made into a movie. And we're going to tell you all about a screening and where you can catch Noogie's Time to Shine. But right now, it is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Jim Nipfel. Hey, Jim.
Oh, well, hello there, Pete. So happy to be here. And also, congratulations on the 20th anniversary.
20th anniversary. How about that?
Yep. Godfather of Green Bay.
Yeah, well, thank you, sir. I
Kudos
appreciate
to
that.
you for that.
Yeah, and congratulations to you on getting your book made into a movie. Before we get into that, I have something very important to ask you, though. Do you have a worst city or state you've ever been to?
Oh, jeepers creepers.
I'll take that as a yes.
I've been to many. The question now is narrowing it down.
Yeah, you've lived a lot of cool places. I was looking at your bio before. You could think about it too.
In a way, it's both the worst and the best. Would have been Philly in the mid '80s.
Oh wow!
Because it was a terrifying town. But when I was in my early 20s and punk rock, and we'll just say a little dissolute, it was the perfect place to be. People were just, Philly back then, people were just murdered on the street while the sun was shining and nobody cared. God, I love that place. But it no longer exists.
I'm just happy you're here right now, Jim, after hearing that. That's all right. Philadelphia. I wasn't expecting to hear Philly.
Yeah.
But that's a great answer. All right. Let's discuss your book first, then we'll segue into the movie. So tell us about Noogie's Time to Shine. Tell us about the story and where you found the idea to write it.
The story is that well, Noogie is a schlub living in Jersey City, working as an ATM maintenance man, restocking ATMs in bodegas, drugstores, what have you, delis around Manhattan. And he's also an obsessive, even insufferable movie geek, specifically the crime films from the 30s and 40s,
Love it.
Steve McQueen pictures. But one day while making his appointed rounds, he discovers that he can siphon off a 20 here, a 20 there from the machines he's filling without anybody being the wiser. But, well, as these things happen, the accountants at the company he works for do finally get wise. Noogie panics and takes it on the lam with his cat Dillinger and 3 laundry bags stuffed with over $3 million in loose 20s.
Jeez.
And at that moment, he achieves for him anyway, what is the American dream, in that he turns his entire schlubby life into a movie in which he's the star? Is the criminal mastermind.
Okay.
Of course. Things after that, they don't go well for Noogie in so many different ways.
Is part of it because his name is Noogie?
Well, that may have been part of the star of it. He was doomed since childhood. Yeah, if you're being haunted by a childhood nickname when you're in your 30s, it's never a good sign.
No,
So, but Noogie was actually based, and think of this in terms of the movie, in the movie version. I mean, the tagline has been around for 50 years. I think it started with Legend of Boggy Creek in 1972. But this is one of the rare examples where the book and the movie really are based on true stories. It was something I was a newspaper man in New York for 30 years.
Yeah.
And this was a little story, way under the radar, that I came across in early 2002 about a guy named Michael Schwartz, who was an ATM maintenance man who did just that. And when I finished reading the story, I thought, my God, this is a pulp novel in real life.
Mm.
So then I took real life and turned it into a pulp novel. And that's how Noogie came about.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
That is the voice of Jim Nipfel. He is the author of Noogie's Time to Shine, the book, which has been turned into a movie. So tell us, Jim, how did the movie come to be? Did somebody see it and option it, or how did that work?
Well, that's kind of a story. Now, I'm not bragging when I say that I was approached by a couple studio people early on.
Oh, nice.
About other books. You know, I was young, I was eager, I was penniless. So I thought, hey, here's my ticket, right? These studio people.
Yeah.
And then I met with them, and they were some of the most abominable human beings I've ever met in my life. Not only were they smug and arrogant, they weren't smart. They didn't know anything about movies. And worst of all, they didn't get the jokes, which is a cardinal sin. So I decided early on that the only people I would sell movie rights to would be kids, young filmmakers, fresh out of film school, with no money, looking to make their first feature.
Wow.
So, because, I mean, a couple of reasons is because those kids would have something to prove,
Right.
And they would throw everything they had into it. And also, my books are essentially pulp novels, and I have a real affinity for low-budget B-movies. So I thought, that's the way any of my books need to be made.
Right.
So that's what happened. And sure enough, not long after Noogie came out, that was 2007, I was contacted by a young filmmaker fresh out of film school with no money who was looking to make his first feature. So we cut a deal, and it's been it's been insanity, but an awful lot of fun.
You've got Eric Horn and Bradley Parrott. I assume those are the filmmakers you're talking about. They're the directors of the film, which you can see December 6th, 7 p.m. here in Green Bay. It's the premiere in Northeast Wisconsin anyway, of this, what's being called an indie caper comedy. I love those words put together like that. Noogie's Time to Shine at the Tarleton Theater this Saturday. You can see Jim's words come to life with a movie, which is very exciting, Jim. And I want to ask you, we talked about this before. You suffer from a condition called retinitis pigmentation.
Pigmentosa,
Pigmentosa, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm curious, as a writer myself, how do you write? How do you you use voice or what is your...
as you can tell, I mean, people ask me about voice to text, but as you can tell, I don't talk real good. So, no, Mike...
I think you're doing fine.
Well, thank you. I mean, thank God. I tend to be a Luddite by nature, but thank God for technology. So all my machines talk to me.
Nice.
So every keystroke on the computer is read aloud to me. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So that's how it works.
Does having, as writers, we get ideas from different places. Do you feel like you're locked in more to either the human condition or an activity or something due to the fact that you don't see things like other people do? Do you have to rely on other senses to write characters or situations?
No. And by the way, just as far as terminology goes, if I may, not to be persnickety here, but I tend to prefer visually unpleasant.
Okay.
As the proper
Noted.
Refer to blindness. But I don't think so, because I could see for about, until my mid-30s.
Okay.
So, not well, but I could see enough.
Sure.
And so, you store up plenty of images. I mean, writing is all in the imagination anyway.
Right.
So I have the stockpile of visuals to work with. Those that I can't remember, I just make up.
So let me ask you this. Have you, in terms of the movie, what are your thoughts on it with your experience? Were you on the set? Do you like the way it turned out in terms of audience reaction?
Well, here's the funny thing. When I first made this deal with these guys, with Eric and Brad and Brandon Potter, by the way, the star of the film is now the star of the TV series The Chosen.
Nice.
He plays the chief villain, Quintus, there. But so people have gone on to bigger things after Nookie. But when we first made the deal, I told them that writing books and making movies are two completely different animals, and that I wanted nothing to do with it. They were free to go out and make whatever movie they wanted, because I trusted them.
Nice.
But they insisted on keeping me in the loop the whole time, to the point of which they, the 4 basic crew members were going to take a road trip from Miami up to New York to get some second unit shots, and they insisted that I come with them on this madcap, absolutely insane road trip. And I was like, okay, you have 4 kids in their 20s climbing into a van, and they insist that a 50-year-old, broken down, blind, angry drunk come with them. I was like, what? This is not going to end well. And they flew me down to Austin for principal photography. That was in 2015. And they've kept me in the loop the whole time. I mean, I didn't have anything to do with the script or anything like that. Though I do have a cameo in the movie that nobody has spotted.
Let's pick up there. We got to do a short break here. Okay. Jim Nipfel is here. He's the author behind Noogie's Time to Shine, a very good book that has been turned into a movie, and it's screening at the Tarleton Saturday night here in downtown Green Bay. We'll have more with Jim and hear about his work in front of the camera when we come back. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
And she can't do a thing to me. I just wanna dance the night away with
Improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit WIInsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
There was a time when barbecue was perfect. A strong, reliable flavor that could be counted on. But then big manufacturers decided that barbecue needed to be zesty or spicy or sweeter or whatever. If you miss the good old days of great tasting barbecue, we'd like to introduce you to Grandpa's Barbecue. Made in small batches from Grandpa's original recipe. Buy yours online today at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Wisconsin. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Merry Christmas from WGBW.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white, but I have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas.
Welcome back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. It's a Tuesday edition, folks. And what a Tuesday it is. It is Travel Tuesday. And our question of the night is, what is the crappiest state or city you've been to? We've got some good texts. We'll catch up on those after the news. Also, in our multi-state text to win contest here at Civic Media, our keyword, just a reminder about the keyword, is ELF, E-L-F. That is the keyword for this hour. Please text in the keyword on the app, and you could be the recipient of our $200 daily prize, and you will be automatically enrolled in our grand prize. We've got 3 great grand prizes, too: a brand new snowblower, a stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. It's Civic Media's grown-up gift list. Text to win, and this hour's keyword is ELF. ELF. Go ahead and text that in on the app, and good luck, everybody. Bill Leff will be here at 6:35. Mike Siegel will be joining us at about 6:10, and we've got two authors here tonight. I don't think, Jim, you're part of history. I don't think we've ever had two authors on the same show. It's a good thing you guys aren't in the studio at the same time.
It's all part of your second anniversary.
That's right.
Yeah,
we're doing things in twos. So we've got a few more minutes with our pal Jim Nipfel here. He wrote a great book called Noogie's Time to Shine, and now it has been turned into a movie. You seem happy with it, Jim. That's great. It's going to be playing at the Tarleton Saturday, December 6th at 7 p.m., just a few days from now. You were telling us a story before we went to the break about how you were in the film on camera.
Oh, well, you know, when I have told people precisely where to look in what scene, and nobody's spotted me yet. So it may be the best cameo in film history. I'll give you a hint, though. I'm driving.
So your mom and sister are here. They came here with you, and they didn't see you in the cameo either?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Boy, that is some serious covert work.
Yeah.
All right, so you lived in, first of all, tell us about this column you've been writing for 37 years.
Oh,
you spent much of your adult life in New York City.
Yeah.
And I think it started there, but tell us about Slackjaw.
Slackjaw started when I was living in Philly. There was a little alternative weekly there called The Welcome Mat. And I never had any intention of writing. I just, I was going to be, a vagrant, I think, maybe a hobo. But one day, just on a whim, I typed up this little story and sent it into this paper, and then before I knew it, I was writing this column, and initially it was about various underground activities around the city, arts-wise.
Okay.
But then they just kind of devolved into this autobiographical column. And it's moved around to a couple different places, but yeah, it's run weekly for 37 years.
That's impressive.
And these days, it's available weekly on my Patreon site. So
how do people find that?
They type in Patreon Jim Knipfel, and they can subscribe.
Oh, fantastic!
If they so choose.
I love it. I love also that you given your issues with your eyesight, you call yourself visually
unpleasant.
Unpleasant. You brought in other people with vision issues onto the set of the movie,
right?
Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah,
Andy Slater, a blind composer,
right?
And tell us about that.
Because Andy and I, we've known each other for about 20 years. I mean, I honestly don't have that many friends who are blind. Well, we don't need to get into that. But Andy and I started talking about 20 years ago. He was in a band called the Velcro Lewis Band, and out of Chicago, and we just started talking and hanging out. But he's also like an audio engineer and a sound designer, and I put him in touch with Eric, the director, and Eric brought him in to work on this film sound design. And he also spearheaded what are called audio description tracks, because I've been an obsessive movie geek my whole life, and so when I went all blindo, I had to give it up, and it broke my heart.
Yeah.
But within the last decade or so, what are called AD tracks have become more standard. So every new film that comes out has one, and what those are, and we have one for Noogie as well, is
Nice.
Is a separate audio track. It's kind of like closed captioning,
Okay.
but for the blind. So it's a separate audio track where someone describes the action on the screen. without interfering with the dialogue or significant sound effects.
Wow.
And it works really cool. So recently I went to see One Battle After Another, the Paul Thomas Anderson
Yeah, great film.
Yeah. And I'd been waiting for that one to come around for years. And now I could finally see it because I had to pass up so many things in the past because AD tracks weren't a thing then. Unfortunately, nobody's gone back and done AD tracks for some of my favorites in the olden days.
Well, it's probably going to happen, I would imagine.
In time it will happen. So.
Jim, this has been really fun. It's been great to get to know you. Break a leg at the screening this weekend. It's at the Tarleton. Noogie's Time to Shine. Jim's book turned into a movie. It's at the Tarleton Theater this Saturday, December 6th, 7 p.m. And Jim is going to be there, and there's going to be a Q&A afterwards. So check out this, what sounds like a really cool film. I can't wait to see it either. Jim, thanks so much for your time.
Well, thank you so much, Pete. It was a pleasure.
Very welcome. All right, we are coming back. We'll reset everything, and Bill Leff is coming up. Mike Siegel's coming up after the news. And, boy, you're hearing a great night, folks. Let us know what the crappiest city or state you've ever been to, and let's have some fun with negative energy. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. During a cabinet meeting at the White House, Secretary Pete Hegseth doubling down on military strikes on alleged drug vessels in the Caribbean and says there'll be more.
We've had a bit of a pause because it's hard to find boats to strike right now, which is the entire point.
A strike in September now under scrutiny after the Washington Post reported a second strike was carried out that killed 2 survivors of the initial strike. The White House confirming Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley ordered the follow-up strike. He's expected to testify in front of lawmakers this week. After hours of talks between U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Russia's President Vladimir Putin on a revised peace proposal to end the war in Ukraine, the Kremlin says there's a long way to go yet before a deal is finalized. Pope Leo wrapping up his first foreign trip as pontiff by holding prayers in Lebanon today at the site of the 2020 port explosion in Beirut that killed 218 people. The Pope also visited Turkey during his 6-day trip. This is ABC News. Luigi Mangione, the accused shooter charged in the murder of United Healthcare's CEO last December in Manhattan, was back in court for a pretrial hearing. His attorneys working to limit evidence ahead of his trial. ABC's Aaron Katursky has more on the officer who spotted Mangione at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania during the manhunt after the shooting.
Officer Joseph Detweiler from the Altoona Police Department is seen on his body-worn camera entering the McDonald's all decked out for Christmas with a wreath on the door next to the $5 meal deal advertisement, walking straight to the back where he encounters a male sitting against a white tiled wall accented with a gold tile stripe with a half-eaten sandwich and hash brown, asks his name, and according to police, Luigi Mangione gave a fake name, Mark Rosario, and produced a fake ID from New Jersey.
The Powerball jackpot swelling to $775 million. The next drawing tomorrow night. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
You are listening to your local Civic Media radio station on air. Thank you. Did you know we are always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app too? And if you miss a show or game, find it wherever you get your podcasts or on our website, civicmedia.us.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Cloudy skies tonight with a bit of light snow possible after midnight. Temperatures rising into the mid-20s. On Wednesday, some lingering light snow in the morning, then increasing sunshine, breezy, and turning colder with temperatures falling into the teens. Right now, it's 19 degrees.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by US Aging.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who likes to talk trash, but only when he's at the dump, Pete Schwaba.
Hey, welcome back. What a fun night. Boy, I'm telling you, folks, as Tuesdays go, this is about as Tuesday as it can get. We got Giving Tuesday, which we're celebrating here. I'm going to give you some details in just a moment on that. It's Travel Tuesday. I've got a guest I'm about to introduce who has traveled a lot and was also part of The Godfather of Green Bay in the cast, and he made this great behind-the-scenes video. We're going to bring Mike on in just a minute. Everything is tying together, Conrad. Have you noticed that?
It is.
It's just a very well-conceived, composed show. And that's what I pride myself on. A lot of it's an accident, but I'll take credit for it.
Good work.
Yeah, thank you. That is Conrad Krieger. He's back, folks, from 7 days in Florida?
It's 7 days, yeah.
Wow.
Well, 8, I guess, but 8 was the travel,
Yeah. The plane was probably warm like Florida, but then when you got off in Wisconsin, that's when the rubber
it
hit
hit
the
me.
road.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, I'm really doing this.
Get ready.
We've got a really fun show tonight, folks. If you're just joining us here in Act 2, Jim Knepfel was here, an author who is premiering a movie. His book was turned into a movie. They're showing it at the Tarleton Theater just down the street here in downtown Green Bay this weekend. It sounds like a really fun event. Mike Siegel's about to join me. Bill Leff is here. He is the host of Tune In With Me, a nationally syndicated morning show on MeTV, a great TV show that Bill hosts, and he's a very funny comedian, too. Bill was our first guest here at Nite Lite 2 years ago. That's right. We are doing a soft celebration of Nite Lite's second anniversary tonight and tomorrow night, and Bill will be here. He was our first guest. He was our guest last year on the first anniversary, and now he has agreed to come back and be on the show again, which will be fun to talk to Bill. And he and Conrad have a running feud. We'll get that all worked out, hopefully. And then author Brett Kissinger will be here at 7:20 in hour number 3. So lots to talk about. Conrad and I will probably get into a little Bears-Packers discussion at some point. Lots going on all week, though. We've got Lauren Holly on the show tomorrow night. And the Mad Moms of Comedy, we've just worked them into the schedule, too.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be fun. We've got some, I always like to have some comedy on the show. Conrad, you know that.
Well, yeah.
And we have a celebrity chef, Chad Visker, will be on the show tomorrow night as well. But right now, I've got to tell you all about Giving Tuesday. This is really cool, folks. This is a national movement, national event, And please go to your local station's website here at Civic Media /give and click on the Giving Tuesday banner to help local nonprofits in your area. This is such a great thing to do, and talk about a way to ring in the holidays. These are just great organizations, and it's a great movement here to help people that are really in need. And your contributions are much appreciated, and we thank you for your kindness. But we're on statewide here, so if you're listening in Madison is WMDX, Wausau is WXCO, Waukesha or Milwaukee 540 AM, 100.3 FM, and WFHR in Wisconsin Rapids, WRCE in Richland Center, WISS Oshkosh, WGBW Green Bay, WBZH Hayward, WLCX La Crosse, and The Tap in Eau Claire. Go to those local stations' website, wherever you listen to your Civic Media radio shows, and /give and click on the Giving Tuesday banner. Help your local nonprofits in your area. Such a great thing. We will be kind of reminding you all week if you want to do it. I know I always sometimes forget, so it's good to have those reminders, but just give what you can. And that's a great way to ring in the holidays. It's a text to win, multi-state Civic Media text to win contest. We love our text to win contest. We'll have more information on that in hour 3. But right now, I think we need to keep the show moving along, Conrad. I have to remind people that the question of the night is in honor of Travel Tuesday. What is the crappiest state or city you've been to? We're going to use some negative energy here to talk about places that need to be talked about. Your crappiest state or city. I said state was North Dakota, city was Winnipeg. Conrad said Green Bay, which I did not think was a nice answer.
Whoa. I said Illinois.
You said Athens, Greece at first.
I did. Well, no, that is the city.
Yeah.
And the
Illinois
state.
Is the state.
Yeah. It just
and
has
is this a just I don't like the Bears, so I'm going to pick Illinois? I expected a little more maturity out of you.
Out of the states I've been to, it's the most like Wisconsin. So
yeah,
it's the same. So to me, I want to travel outside of the normal.
Okay. And our pal Frank Anderson last week said Chicago should be part of Wisconsin. He said they're more like us. It should be Chicago, Wisconsin. And as a guy who's spent time in both places, I would welcome that. All right. Speaking of Chicago, Wisconsin, the godfather of Green Bay, and traveling, this rolls up nicely into a description of my next guest. He is the host of the Travel Tales podcast. He was in the film The Godfather of Green Bay. You've seen him on such shows as If Walls Could Talk, What You Get for the Money, TBS's Movie Break. I could go on and on. Mike Siegel joins us now over the stream. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good. Hi, Pete. How you doing?
Doing very well. It's great. I'm really glad you could make this work because we have this great screening sponsored by Civic Media and Downdren's Distilling in Madison at the Atwood Music Hall, a brand new, beautiful facility on Thursday night to celebrate the 20th anniversary of The Godfather of Green Bay. And I thought, I've had Thomas Lennon on, Lance Barber, Lauren Holly's coming on tomorrow night. Brian Edding is coming on tomorrow night, the producer. But you just, as a pal, went a little further and made this great behind-the-scenes video that people can see if they're interested. You have Tony Goldwyn, Lauren, Tom, and Lance, and Eric Price, and Steve Seagren, and Mike Toomey, and all these people talking about the experience. It was such a great, my family has gotten a lot of mileage out of that. So I thank you for making it. But check it out, folks, on YouTube. Just Google YouTube, Godfather of Green Bay, behind the scenes. Thanks a lot, Mike. Have a great night. It was good to see you.
Can you see me at all? Because I can't even see myself on the camera here.
Oh no, yeah, we can see you. We got your
Okay,
handsome mug is front and center. Absolutely.
Okay. No, Pete, it was really fun to make, but like anybody who's ever been on a TV set or a film set or any kind of thing, there's a lot of downtime, a lot of trailer time, a lot of. So I knew I was going to have some downtime. My part was essential. Let's be honest, but a little small. So
it was totally essential.
Yeah, it was. I was in a handful of scenes, but I knew I was going to be sitting around a lot. I think I was in Marinette for almost a week, maybe about 5 days or so. Yeah. And I said, let me try to document this thing. It was fun. I never really had been on location for multiple days shooting something. I shot stuff in LA, but never, on location. So it was very Hollywood thing. So I was like, let me document this thing. And, I had known you for a long time. We had been friends for a long time. And I wanted to document this thing. You got a movie off the ground. And I thought that was great.
Well, for a guy who's been in some pretty, I mean, you were in Traffic with Michael Douglas, and you had this great scene. But I guess was that a day roll or just a couple days?
Well,
Okay.
that was the thing. I booked it. I was like, wow, this is a big Hollywood movie. You know, I'm like, I can't wait to go on. I heard they were shooting on location in South America and in all around the country. And I was like, where am I going to go? And then I finally got the assignment, and it was a half day at the Paramount lot.
Oh, wow.
And they shot it because our scene took place in a airplane, so it could have been shot anywhere, and it was shot anywhere. It was in the studio in a mock airplane interior, and so it's like, well, at least I'll get some nice food out of this, maybe a nice craft service table. And so I was like the 53rd day of 55 days of shooting. They were over it. You know, the whole crew was exhausted. They had been around the world without me, and I thought, okay, so I was done with it took all morning to shoot. And then I was like, okay, so where's lunch? And they said, well, we have to go to Pasadena to shoot the rest of the day on location. But there's the commissary over there if you want to go. I was like,
really?
Oh. So I guess I'll just go sit in the cafeteria then. And that was my day.
Where
Pete.
anybody can go.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Right. But, it was, but I had a blast doing Godfather of Green Bay as we all did.
It was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot
And
of
you
fun.
really captured, in this video, like I was telling Lance when he was here last week, he has a great line where he says, I think Pete Schwaba has a bright future. Not directing, of course, but, just that funny Lance, and you had Eric Price and Seagrin, and it was just so many funny people on the set, and you managed to get all of it. Like, they were just as funny off stage as they were on. It was great.
Well, it was funny at the time. I thought maybe this could be a DVD extra when DVDs were a thing,
Right.
It was like, but now with YouTube, it lives on because I've only sent originally I just made some copies and sent them to you guys and like you and a few other people, and there was no place to show them. And then now we have YouTube. So I was like, well, here's the link if anybody wants to see
that's
it.
so funny. I think you gave me a disc, or maybe even
I may have.
It wouldn't have been a VHS, but yeah,
No,
when you gave
I think
it to me,
it was on a disc, I think.
Yeah. And I had it, and I kept it like as a keepsake, and now I love that it's just out there. Like, so as I said before, you could just go to YouTube, Google Godfather of Green Bay behind the scenes, and hear, you can hear Tom Lennon and Lance Barber and Tony Goldwyn and Lauren Holly all talking about their experience, cataloged by Mike. A very cool thing you did. Who did you enjoy talking to the most, Mike?
I didn't know, Tony Goldwyn was the one person I knew and Lauren, him and Lauren were like the two big, the stars of the film. So I didn't know if they would talk to me. And Tony was just super open, it was like hanging out in his trailer. He was like, a child of Hollywood. So, he might as well have been on Mars, being in Marinette. He didn't know what the hell he ended up, but he was just totally cool. And he seemed like having a really nice, a fun time, and he was really nice to hang out with. So that was a great surprise. And of course, meeting Lauren, who was I was very excited to meet. That was very cool. And of course, Pete Schwaba,
Oh yeah.
But
Of
I had
course.
I didn't know Tom Lennon then. I didn't know Eric and Lance and those guys, and they were all fun. It was really great to be with.
So much
With all
fun.
of them.
And if you look closely, folks, if you do go to the screening in Madison Thursday night, Mike plays one of Tony Goldwyn's henchmen, his character's name is Driver, because he drives him around. That's how creative. But there's a
Good
great
call,
scene.
Pete. Because now my credits, because it says Driver, people think I was an actual crewman on the.
Oh, you've done
film.
transpo. That's great.
Yeah, you could have given me a name, Pete. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if we ever heard your name during the film, though. But I will say there's a great, I think he says, play my tune, and you walk over to the DJ, and of course you request the Macarena, because that's what Big Jake wants. And Mike's in the background dancing the Macarena, and it's so funny. Like, you just crushed. And there's a scene with you and Tony at the urinal, and you lean over and sneak a peek.
Yeah.
And then say his girlfriend's a lucky girl. It was just beautiful. You really took the role and made it even funnier, than I thought it was.
And I got to wear a mullet, which I'd never had growing up, even though I grew up in the 80s. I was never a mullet guy, but there I had a nice mullet and then a stash. Was never a mustache guy, because a lot of people don't even know it's me if they know me. And like, you were in the movie? I go, yeah, I was the guy. Mullet, mustache, like, holy crap, that was you.
I
like
tried
to
to
disappear into a character, Pete.
I tried not to let anybody know you were in the film. I gave you a very generic name, and I disguised you so no one would know or even believe you were in the film. All right, Mike Siegel is here. He is the documentarian, if you will, of The Godfather of Green Bay behind-the-scenes video that is available on YouTube. We're going to talk to Mike for a couple more minutes and find out what his time was like with Tony Goldwyn and where in the world he is right now, because he is an avid traveler, which is apropos as it is Travel Tuesday, and we're going to read some of your texts. Conrad and I are going to get into it over the Bears and Packers, and Bill Leff is coming up at 6:35. We're going to do a very short break. We'll be back with Mike in just a few minutes. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network. For a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee with over 706 cigars to choose from in a walk-in humidor. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave, Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com.
Dress up like Santa during a pub crawl? Color me interested. It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411. December 6th, starting at 11 a.m., you could be a part of SantaCon Appleton 2025, which means you're going to be dressed as Santa, or whoever your holiday favorite character is, and make your way through downtown Appleton for a pub crawl. But you got to protect the reputation of Santa for everyone around you. One bad Santa can ruin the event for everyone because you're all dressed the same. Check it out. Head to WGBW.FM and click events. This Tuesday, December 2nd, is Giving Tuesday across the United States. 97.9 WGBW is adopting 3 local nonprofits, and your donations this Tuesday will benefit Paul's Pantry, Wisconsin Humane Society, and Special Spaces Wisconsin. Thank you for your kindness. Go to WGBW.FM/give to make your donation. Let's make Giving Tuesday a day of amazing kindness.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
Schwaba, this is Nite Lite. Great to have you with me on this frigid. You been outside, Conrad?
Yeah. Don't remind me.
I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I live in Wisconsin, and I still go out, and when it's cold, I get mad. Like, what was I expecting? Bill Leff will be here in a few minutes, folks. He is the host of Tune In With Me on MeTV, a nationally syndicated morning show. He's helping us do kind of a soft celebration of our 2-year anniversary here at Nite Lite. Right now, my pal Mike Siegel is here. Where are you, Mike?
Well, first of all, Pete, I can't believe after starting comedy 35 years ago in Chicago, I'm still opening for Bill Leff. I can't believe this. Famously, Bill Leff, the meanest guy in show business, right, Pete? I think we can both agree.
How about that? I know Bill does have, he's a very nice guy, comes across as very friendly, but you get him in the right mood, he'll go off on someone behind, in private.
I still have not heard it. What a sweet man.
One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Absolutely. And I don't know, if you were listening earlier, Mike, probably not, but he said Conrad threatened to kill him off the air. So on night number 1, and Conrad didn't really even know me that well. I don't know. Were you really freaked out, Con, or were you kind of like, obviously you knew he was kidding?
I just didn't expect it. I was like, oh, all right.
Well, Pete, I am talking to you from my hotel room in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wasn't that one of the Love Boat stops?
Oh, absolutely. And still is. I'm actually boarding a princess ship tomorrow. So, yep.
So Gopher might have stayed in that hotel room.
Gopher did.
Or Bernie Kopel might have had like a
Doc
threesome
did.
in there. Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Doc did.
And Isaac, Ted Lang did
Hey.
the thumb. What a great cast. That's fun. Well, that's cool, Mike. I wish you safe travels. Where are you off to next? You do this great podcast called Travel Tales. Where are you off to, or where haven't you been that you want to go?
Well, my next trip is I'm going to be heading back up to LA on this ship this week, performing comedy. And then I'm leaving in a couple weeks to Jamaica, which I'm hoping it's still standing. You know what I mean? I'm flying into Montego Bay, and I know they got a lot of damage. So I'm hopefully hopefully things will still be functioning. But and then I'm going to hang with Florida for a little bit with my family, and then home back in LA for Christmas. And then the New Year, I got tons of weeks booked, mostly in the Caribbean and Mexico, and in the winter. And then the summer, I actually got a month in Europe, which I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, all of August I'll be in Europe, and that'll be great.
Yeah.
But
That's
where
awesome.
I haven't been, I still got a bucket list. I got Egypt, obviously, is really high on there. I still haven't been there, and Morocco and Chile and a couple other places.
Mike, I think it's pronounced Chile. I didn't want to embarrass you on the air.
Child. Congratulations, Pete. I should say congratulations on 2 years and 20 years with this movie. I can't believe it's been 20.
I couldn't believe it either. When someone at Civic Media suggested it, I'm like, oh my God, it hasn't been that long, has it?
I always want to ask you. I'm
Yeah, go
sorry,
ahead.
but I don't mean to interview you, but
No,
it's
that's okay.
kind of what I do too. But I mean, when it came out and now, is the reaction amongst Wisconsin people to the movie different than when it came out than it is now, or is it about the same?
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like half the people loved it, and the other half, like mostly it was people in small towns. It actually, even though we shot it in Marinette, a couple of people were like, he made fun of our town. I'm like, no, that's not Marinette. I'm like, how do you even explain to someone like that? And, it was fun. We had fun with small town bar characters, but yeah, I think the response has been pretty good, and we have good user ratings and all that. So I'm happy with it. I think it's politically incorrect for the time, but that's to be expected. I mean,
Most things are.
Yeah, exactly. So before I let you go, Mike, though, I have to ask you, do you have a favorite Tony Goldwyn memory? Or was there something that, a stolen moment between the two of you or something?
There was no stolen moment, but I don't think he knew in the bathroom scene when we were peeing together that I was going to, check out his junk or try to pick a fight with the paper towel dispenser. I like to improv on the set, Pete.
Yeah.
So those are my two gifts to the movie.
Well, you're both
Checking out his junk
professionals.
and my dancing.
Right. It's two things you had done tons of research on. I was always wondering why you leered over at other men at the urinal, but it was very
But you
well
really
done.
nailed it as comics and all those times we played in those Wisconsin bars. And if the MC really wanted to screw you, they would say you were from Chicago.
Right,
Boo,
and that's
Bears suck, and that's all we ever heard.
Exactly. I feel like it could have been in any small town through the Midwest, but as an independent filmmaker, you go where you have opportunity and people that might help you, and they did. Like everybody in Marinette was fantastic. So, buddy, I can't thank you enough. Thank you again for making the video. Thanks for jumping on tonight. And whatever Love Boat character was in that hotel room, just think about that. Whatever you're doing later, whatever your nocturnal habits are.
I will. I'll be thinking of them and you the whole time.
Oh, now I'm blushing. Okay, buddy. Thanks, Mike.
Have a great screening, Pete.
Thank you, Mike.
Have a
Safe
great
travels,
show.
pal. We'll talk soon.
All right. Take care.
Right. That's Mike Siegel, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the Travel Tales podcast. He does such a good job. And I lived with Mike Conrad for a couple months.
Okay.
When we moved back here, I still had business out there, and he has a map in his office in thumbtacks of all the places he's been, and I would have like 3. It's embarrassing. No, the guy's been everywhere, and he says we've known each other for 35 years, and that's true, but we've been friends for 15 of those years.
I thought you were going to say 6 months.
No. All right, your text. Thank you, folks. We will get to these texts. Al in the 262 says, for state, it's Michigan. The Senny stretch is awful. What does that mean? It must be a highway.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what that is.
Some type of traffic.
Al also says, Pittsburgh, worst traffic anywhere. Pittsburgh does have bad traffic, Al. And you wouldn't think that, but they have all these tunnels. It gets kind of crazy. All right, folks, when we come back, Bill Leff will be here, the host of Tune In With Me on the MeTV comedy network. Bill brings the comedy, but it's just the network. We'll talk to Bill, and he's our first guest ever, and he's coming up after the news. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
To Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. During a cabinet meeting at the White House, Secretary Pete Hegseth doubling down on military strikes on alleged drug vessels in the Caribbean and says there'll be more.
We've had a bit of a pause because it's hard to find boats to strike right now, which is the entire point.
A strike in September now under scrutiny after the Washington Post reported a second strike was carried out that killed 2 survivors of the initial strike. The White House confirming Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley ordered the follow-up strike. He's expected to testify in front of lawmakers this week. After hours of talks between U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Russia's President Vladimir Putin on a revised peace proposal to end the war in Ukraine, the Kremlin says there's a long way to go yet before a deal is finalized. Pope Leo wrapping up his first foreign trip as pontiff by holding prayers in Lebanon today at the site of the 2020 port explosion in Beirut that killed 218 people. The Pope also visited Turkey during his 6-day trip. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Cloudy skies tonight with a bit of light snow possible after midnight. Temperatures rising into the mid-20s. On Wednesday, some lingering light snow in the morning, then increasing sunshine, breezy, and turning colder with temperatures falling into the teens. Right now, it's 19 degrees.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
You are listening to your local Civic Media radio station on air. Thank you. Did you know we are always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app too? And if you miss a show or game, find it wherever you get your podcasts or on our website, civicmedia.us.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation.
This is Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba. You've got the Civic Media Radio Network. You know, Con, I just noticed that ad is for retinitis pigmentosa, and that's the condition Jim had.
Yeah.
Have we been running that for a while?
I think so.
See, here's the interesting thing. I was blind before Jim showed up here and opened my eyes to that ad.
Wow.
You're trying not to laugh. Or whatever. Hey, folks, it is our second year anniversary. Here, we've been on the air for 2 years, and our first guest was a guy named Bill Leff. Bill is a friend of mine from our stand-up comedy days. He was a very talented and successful radio artist, and now he is the host of the nationally syndicated Me TV show, Tune In With Me, and he does a great job. If you haven't checked out the show, definitely do that. But he is here tonight to help us celebrate, our soft celebration, if you will, of Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, since he was our first guest. Bill, how are you?
Well, first of all, thank you, Pete. Second of all, it's not a soft anniversary. To achieve 2 years in this business, that means something, Pete, and you did it. Congratulations.
Well, you got us off to a great start, Bill, and I know you're being a little sarcastic, and that's okay. You were on the radio for you're 84 years old, and people would never guess that.
I just had a birthday. I'm 85. And do we have to have a Tony Goldwyn story tonight? Is that a must?
It's like passing a dish.
I've got one, but I don't know. Should I share it?
Absolutely.
All right, Tony Goldwyn. My wife and I had been house hunting for years. We finally found this house, the house we live in, but it was a little out of our means. And Tony Goldwyn, who I had never met before, bought my wife and I our house. He paid for the house.
He is a swell guy, isn't he?
What a nice man he is. He's a great actor, but an even nicer human being. We could all learn a lesson or two from Tony Goldwyn.
I cast him in a movie, Bill, and he just gave me a sawbuck one day when we were in the lunch line.
Out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere. He's just that kind of guy. I mean, he didn't buy our house for us, but.
Can I tell you something? If somebody said to me, guess who gave me a sawbuck, my first guess would be Tony Goldwyn. I'd go, oh, was it Tony Goldwyn? It was Tony Goldwyn.
Right.
He's the most generous human being. Don't get me wrong. His acting credits are amazing. But to be that generous, I can't even imagine. Can you?
I know the guy from Ghost who was basically laundering money.
Yeah.
To be that generous off camera. I don't know if that's ever been achieved before.
It's never been done before.
Shocking.
That's the first.
Bill.
Yeah.
It says on you're joining us over the stream, and thank you for that, by the way. But it says Rodney Allen Rippey. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you just mistyped or what happened there, but I just want to call your attention to that.
The keys, if you look at your keyboard, do you have a QWERTY keyboard right now in front of you?
Yes, I do.
All right, look where the keys are for Rodney Allen Rippey and look where they are for Bill Leff. They're almost right next to each other. So sometimes they'll slip a little bit. Do you know who Rodney Allen Rippey is?
They are not at all close to the other keys, but that's a good. I had to Google him, but I did, yeah. So but I would love to hear your motivation for using the name.
He was very popular in 1966 or 67. He was a child actor and he did a bunch of Jack in the Box commercials. And America fell in love with him. And I hear that Tony Goldwyn bought him a unicycle at some point. That's a story that I've heard.
Or a Jack in the Box taco.
Yep. How are you,
love it?
Pete? Enough about me. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I've been on the air for 2 years, and I have a 20th anniversary movie. America has not fallen in love with me, though. I'll be honest with you, Bill. I'm nowhere near Rodney Allen Rippey
Not
warmth.
yet. That doesn't happen overnight, Pete. You got to give that some time.
Well, you're 85. I'm not far behind you, so I'm doing well, Bill. It's great to have you here too. And
Thank you.
I want to say that what I thought was so funny in your first appearance on this show 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You appeared as the first guest, and you said you told me on air that off the air, Conrad threatened to kill you.
He said if I didn't do a good job on your first show, he would kill me. And then he started calling the house in the middle of the night and threatening my family.
He's just looking out for me. I hope you know that.
No, I know that. I get it.
He's the kind of guy that has your back and is willing to go to the wall regardless, even if you're a nationally syndicated TV host.
Yeah. Well, he's the guy you want on your side. You don't want to fight against him.
Exactly. He can bet. What can you bench now, Con? 280?
Seriously? That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a strong guy.
One-handed or two-handed?
The fact that you had to ask that means you don't lift weights. But what I thought was funny is the fact that Conrad hasn't killed you yet or even showed up at your doorstep or threatened your family. What do you make of that? Do you think it was an idle threat or do you think he's playing the long game?
He's been to the house. He's not hurt anybody in my immediate family. He hurt one of my cousins a few weeks ago.
Oh,
but
really?
I'm always afraid because you see a silhouette of a guy in your window and you're like, that guy's probably going to kill me. And then he's got a little flashlight that says it's Conrad. And I'm like, well, Conrad's not going to kill me because everyone suspects Conrad to kill me.
That wouldn't be a very smart move as a killer.
No, you've heard him threaten me on many occasions. So for him to do me in would be a ridiculous move, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Pete, you know what you said last time that really made me sad?
Oh, no. What?
You said that you and I have known each other for over 30 years, and it's been 36 or 37 years at this point. And you said we've never had in all those years together an honest conversation. And I said to myself, I want to have it at some point. I want to just sit down and have an honest conversation. We don't have to do it now, but at some point we should just sit down and be very honest with each other.
And I hope it's not one of those things where we say we're going to do it, Bill, because it's just like chit-chat.
No, we have to commit.
We have to sit down, and I would love to do that with you. I think we've got a lot to say.
Pick a time and place, and I'm there. You know that.
Well, we could do it over your ping pong table, or you had that great place where you had to cook your own food, which I didn't understand. You took us to one time where we all had to make our own food, and I don't understand that concept, but it took off in Evanston, Illinois.
It's popular now.
It's popular to make your own food and pay someone else to do it. Yeah,
when you look at it that way, Pete, it seems ridiculous. But at the time, I thought, why would I let somebody else cook my food when I'm perfectly able to cook it myself? But then you pointed out it's more expensive that way. Right. Doesn't make sense fiscally.
I was adding it up as we went through, and didn't know if my meat was cooked or not.
Yeah.
Bill Leff is my guest. He is the host of the nationally syndicated Me TV show Tune In With Me.
And I'm also on Stranger Things. Do you watch Stranger Things? I'm on that now too.
I just started again. You're in that show?
Yeah, I'm in that.
Are you the Demigorgon?
Yeah. There's a scene in the third episode where the Demigorgon goes to a restaurant and he cooks his own food. That's me.
He's a terrible cook.
He's awful.
But they wrote his character in that way.
They weren't thinking it through, I don't think.
So, Bill, tell me what's going on with what a great show you have. Tune In With Me. It's on every morning, and you got to be in heaven. These are shows you watched as a kid.
These are all the classic Warner Brothers cartoons from the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s. All the old Popeye cartoons and Betty Boop cartoons and Bugs Bunny, and it's so much fun to do. And then I've also been added. I was kidding, about Stranger Things, but I'm on Svengoolie's show too now. Did you know that?
I think you did mention that last time you were here, and I wanted to follow up with that. About that with you. So
I play a character named Nostalgia Ferratu, who's like he's like Nosferatu, but he loves old trivia stuff.
That's great. That sounds like a character that could be on Stranger Things. It's
that
amazing.
Could be. He could be on Stranger Things. Yeah.
So you're a busy guy. That's two shows on the same network.
On the same planet, but never too busy to be on your show, Pete. You know that.
I appreciate it. Listen, I appreciate that very much. And I know you're joking, but you are
No,
a
I'm
busy
not
guy,
joking.
and I truly appreciate your time. Do you ever do stand-up anymore?
No, it's been forever. Do they still have stand-up? They still have it, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Because that's what Nate Bargatze does.
No, he's more into the amusement park game now. He wants his own
He wants
amusement
the
park.
amusement park. I saw that.
I think that's too much. Am I
Pete,
crazy?
I went to see him at the United Center about 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
And the concept of a stand-up comedian working a sports arena was so foreign to me. It took me like the whole show to realize that it was real. Because we were used to doing rooms that were 200 seats and we were thrilled with it. And he's in the United Center and he beat the Toronto Maple Leafs the night I was there.
When he came skating out on that ice, it was
amazing. Just him against the Toronto Maple Leafs. That didn't seem fair.
He's a very funny guy, Bill, but what is with the amusement park? Nate Land? That sounds like a Simpsons parody. Yeah.
Good for him, though, because he could probably get it done at this point, don't you think?
I would think so if he's selling out the United Center.
Yeah.
You just reminded me of something I thought was very funny when I'm going to tell people, this is part of our honest conversation maybe. This is the kind of guy Bill F. is. I won't say names or where this happened, but speaking of, we've been talking about The Godfather of Green Bay all week because of this screening coming up, but we screened it in Chicago about 20 years ago. You and our pal Mike Toomey showed up.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that went on stage and you leaned over to Mike and you said, I hate that guy. And, Mike Siegel was just here talking about what a nice guy you are. I've never heard you say a bad word about anybody. And you didn't even know the guy. But you said that to Mike. I knew the guy, and you were right. He was kind of a creep. And I'm like, that is so Stranger Things weird-esque. I couldn't believe it. And I've kind of held you in high esteem ever since.
Can I tell you the last time that happened besides the issue that you just brought up?
Yeah.
You're familiar, you're in Wisconsin, so you have to know about Kopp's Frozen Custard, right?
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's my favorite place in the world. It's got the best ice cream, the best hamburgers. It's just perfect. So I was in there one time with my daughter, and this guy came in and he was waiting in line, and he was karate kicking another guy in line. And I said to my daughter, I hate that guy so badly, and I hope something horrible happens to him. My daughter goes, Dad, you can't say stuff like that. And I go, no, it took me 30 seconds to realize how badly I want this guy to get hurt in some weird way. She goes, Dad, that's awful. But it was true. I did. And then other people in the restaurant were being really, icked out by this guy. And they're moving away from him because he was trying all these Taekwondo moves. And I just went, that guy like that shouldn't be out in public. He should be locked up in a basement somewhere. So it does happen every once in a while. For the most part, I'm very easygoing. You know that. Yeah. But every once in a while, there's a guy karate kicking in Kopp's. You can't have that.
You have that quality, and I've said this about just a handful of people. I don't know Woody Harrelson, but everybody seems to want Woody Harrelson in their movie. He's just a likable guy. Tom Lennon was on the show last week. He's in everything. There are just people that want nice people around and funny people, and I put you in that category, Bill. You always seem to have a radio show or a TV show, and it's because of the reputation you've built.
Well, it's mostly being in the right place at the right time. But I will accept your answer as a close second.
That's good. I want to remind you, while we're sort of on the subject of Wisconsin, and you just mentioned Kopp's.
Yes.
A prank you did, and I may have brought this up the last time you were here, but I'm going to say it again anyway because I've got 7 new listeners since the last time you were here.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, you're welcome. Steve, Paul, Sue, Nancy, and Phyllis.
You know them by name.
I do. Yeah.
That's tremendous.
You played a joke on a Wisconsin comedian called Fred Klett,
who
was a guy I worked with a lot. He used to bring me on the road with him, and not to work, just to hang out, but it was kind of weird. But Fred was a great guy, and he said he was on stage, and I'm going to set this up, and we'll do a short break, and I'll come back and give you the exciting finish. But Fred was on stage at Zany's in Mount Prospect, and you and our friend Paul Gilmartin played jokes on him.
Mm-hmm.
And they are gorgeous. So I'm going to tell everybody what those jokes were when we come back. Bill Leff is here. If you haven't checked out, tune in with me on the MEF TV network. You have to see it, folks. It's the cartoons from when we were kids. It's just a great way to start your day. And Bill is a great way to, it's just great to have Bill. Conrad, have you warmed up to Bill?
He's done a great job, so I don't think I will.
He's not in danger.
I don't think I'll murder him.
Okay, perfect. We are coming right back. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
How I wish every
Hey, Bill. I mean, Rodney. Oh, maybe Bill took a powder. He'll be back. We'll get after the interview if we have to do it now.
Text for your chance to win $200 cash and be entered to win one of our grand prizes, a snowblower, stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. Just download the free Civic Media app and listen weekdays at 7, 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7 for your chance to win in our multi-state contest.
It's time for Eye on the Community on WGBW, sponsored by Insight Eye Care, serving the Fox Valley since 1972 with comprehensive eye care services. Find them on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Their goal is to improve lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit WIinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today. Now, here's what's happening in our area. Get ready for a toe-tapping holiday spectacular as Daddy D Productions brings Haul Out the Holly to the Ashwaubenon PAC. Two great things go together in this high-energy musical and comedy review, Buddy Holly and Daddy D's Christmas Show, December 10th. And on the first 3 Fridays of December, savor samples from local wineries, breweries, and eateries during the Winter Wine and Beer Walks. Presented by Voss Electric. Discover local boutiques, indulge in seasonal treats, and experience the winter beauty of the Broadway District. This has been your Eye on the Community, brought to you by Insight Eye Care. If it's happening in the Green Bay area, it's on WGBW.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.com.
Hello, this is David Zucker, and you're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back. Man, we've got some good text to get to. People do not like Indiana. So we'll read those coming up shortly. But it is one of those states it seems like you have to get through. But let us know what your least favorite state or city is, folks. It's Travel Tuesday, and that is our question of the night. Right now, I'm joined by my pal, Bill F. I'll just use the same joke I used with Mike. Bill and I have known each other for 35 years, been friends for about 9 years. So, Bill, it's great to have you. Do we have Bill? I see Rodney Allen Rippey on there, but I don't see Bill. Maybe he thought we were.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Rodney. Bill, are you there? I think he's doing a bit because I can hear sound. Can you hear us, Bill? Oh, he's waving. Can you hear me, Bill? Well, let's see. Maybe he's got us muted. He didn't like what we had to say. Bill is the host of the Me TV show Tune In With Me, a nationally syndicated morning show. He is the host and does a great job. I highly recommend checking out the show. It's all the cartoons we grew up with. He is the cartoon curator, and he told us in the last segment that he also has a part on the show Svengoolie, I think it was called. So we'll see if we have Bill back here. Are you there, Bill?
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go.
Hey, sorry about that. It cut out. I don't know why.
That's okay. So, all right, before the break, Bill, I was talking about you and Paul Gilmartin playing a joke on the very funny Milwaukee comedian Fred Klett,
yes,
who was working Zany's Mount Prospect. And I think what happened, if I recall this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Paul told Fred that you didn't like him because you thought he was saying bad things about you or something. It was completely fabricated. And Fred was really taken aback because Fred, like you, he is the Milwaukee Bill Leff. He's a very nice guy. And Paul's the wild card in there because Paul will say anything.
Yeah.
But he told you that you were going to put sugar in his gas tank to get back at him. And you waited. Zany's Mount Prospect was set up so the stage, you could see the door to the parking lot from the stage. And you waited till Fred was looking at you and you looked at him and went outside. And he thought you were going to put sugar in his gas tank. It's so great.
You know, the beauty of this is we're all grown-ups, right? We should all know better than to do stupid stuff like this. But it was more fun to do it than not do it, so we did it.
Absolutely. And I can't remember who, I think I was talking to Mike Schmidt or Pardo or somebody recently. And the fact, when you're on the road as a comedian and you go to a mall in the middle of the day with two other grown men, that just looks like trouble. It looks like guys on the lam, or no one would guess you're comedians. But Steve Iatt and Jimmy Pardo and I played tag at the train station in St. Louis that had become a mall. We were running, and a grown man running is always a weird thing. There's got to be a story behind that, you know? But you're right. It was just fun times.
One time, Mike Toomey and I were doing exactly as you just said. We were on the road, and we decided that our mall visit would be enhanced by the fact that I had a small picture of one of my wife's sisters from when she was in grade school. So we went into each shop, and we said that we were junior G-men, and we were trying to track down this girl who was missing. She was at the Spencer's Gifts, and then no one saw her after that. And everybody was so helpful, you know. We never found her, sadly, but everybody was very helpful.
The only thing that would have made that story better is if you went into every store and said, "Hello, Crime Stopper. We could use your help."
Next time. We'll get that done next time.
So great. I love that.
It makes the week a lot more interesting, doesn't it?
Well, you got so much time to kill. You know what I mean? Like, I totally agree with you. Yeah. You also, I can't remember the comedian you're working with, and I just invited you on the show to tell Bill Leff stories, which are always fun. But you said to the guy, you were the middle act, and the guy was a guy you didn't really know who was in town headlining, and he was kind of a hack, I think. You knew he was a hack, and you got off stage, and he didn't watch your set, and as you were heading out to the lobby, you said, "God, I don't know what the deal is. Mentioned cedar. They go nuts for cedar." And this guy tried to work it into his act and was just getting stared at. And he's like, "Well, I know the cedar around here. You guys know all about that." And like, nothing, you know, like, beautiful.
See, now, when you look at it, when you analyze it, why would a person do something so horrid as that? But why wouldn't you? The opportunity's there, right? You got to grab it.
And that's how I think, like, you're such a nice guy, but you get your darker side out that way. You like to see a headliner dig a hole for himself for 5 minutes.
Why not?
While we're on the subject, did you ever work with a comic, Bill, that you didn't like?
Oh, boy, a couple of times. I'm trying to think of who, if anyone stands out. Nobody really stands out. There were a couple times that, you know, maybe their viewpoint of what comedy was and mine were different, but that's all right, you know?
Sure.
But there wasn't anybody. There was a guy that sometimes you're forced into a comedy condo with somebody, and that can make for a long week. And I didn't have a car. I was living in Florida, and there was a guy there who wasn't very funny and wasn't very nice. And he kept saying to me, "Hey, let's have lunch. Let's have lunch." And we went and we had lunch one day, or we were looking for a place to have lunch. And I go, "How about this place?" And he goes, "Oh, because I'm a big guy, you think I'd like the all-you-can-eat buffet?" And it got weird from there. I mean, it started weird, but it got weirder. Oh, you know who else was a jerk? Was the amazing Jonathan.
Oh, interesting.
I know he's no longer with us, and it's bad to speak poorly of the dead, but he was not a nice man.
That's interesting. I worked with him like one show, but had no interaction with him. I know people like laud him like he's this great magician, comedian, the only successful guy who was actually funny, but I've never even seen his act. I think I just got the paycheck and left, you know.
He did that thing where, all right, so I was the middle act and he was the headliner, and he would always say, "Hey, how about another hand for this guy and for this guy?" And then he would do jokes about the MC and myself. And I thought that was kind of cheap because we're already out of the show. We can't really comment on anything. And he did stuff like that all week long. And then on the last night, he goes, "Hey, if you come in early tomorrow, I'll take you out to dinner." And I went, "Why would I want to do that? I would rather have dinner with anybody but you. Why would I do that?"
I'll insult you over food.
Right. That'll be different.
Hey, Bill, this was so much fun. Thank you again. Can you stick around after we go to break? I want to ask you something. Would you mind just hanging on for a second? Bill Leff, ladies and gentlemen, check out Tune In With Me on the Me TV network. It's a great show.
Pete. I'm very
Thank
proud
you,
of you.
sir. Thanks for being our first guest and now our most recent. That's fantastic
you.
stuff. All right, Bill left, folks. Stick around, Bill. We are coming back for Act 3 after this, and I'm going to give you details on our Text to Win contest and Giving Tuesday, all kinds of great stuff going on. And we're going to talk to author Brett Kissinger here in the studio. Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Pete. How are you?
Hey, buddy. Good. Hey, thanks again for doing this.
Of course. Anything for you.
I was just wondering if you were, seeing anybody right now. No, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind just doing a tag. Hey, this is Bill Leff. You're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
Yeah.
You mind?
No, not at all. Say when.
Fantastic. Con, let us know whenever you're ready. Okay, whenever you're ready, Bill.
Hi, everybody. It's comedian, actor, and author Bill Leff. You're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. Why wouldn't you?
That's awesome. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
How's the family, Pete? Everybody's good? Mary's good? The kids are good?
Yeah, everybody's great. We had this Thanksgiving that was just incredible, and it was such a good time. You go, all right, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? One of those things. Because it was just perfect, but you get those once in a while, and they're fantastic. So how about you? How are Terry and the girls?
Everybody's doing great. One of our daughters got married in February.
Oh, wow.
Which is amazing. I think of them as little kids, and there she is getting married. And her husband's a great guy. I love him. And the other one is still living at home once again and looking for stuff, but she'll be fine.
I love when the kids end up at home somehow. Does your daughter that just got married live kind of close?
They live in upstate New York, in Hudson, New York. And they have a place in Brooklyn as well. And they're doing very well for themselves.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't ask for more than that.
She was just in for a few days last week, and they're coming in for 4 days at Christmas time. And I said that they could stay with you. I don't know if that still holds up, but they might spend half the days with you and half of them here.
Dude, I would do anything for you. Just warn them about the commute. Other than that,
they know.
We'll
they
keep the
mind.
room warm.
Okay. Pete, they're in Hudson and Brooklyn. They're used to a commute. It's not going to bother them at all.
Great point. Any friend or family member of Bill's is a family member of mine.
Oh, you're just saying that, but thank you.
No,
when
one
are
of
you
these
coming
days,
back here? Are you going to be back here anytime soon?
I know. I think my son is going to move there. He's in Milwaukee right now, but I think he's going to move there. And that'll give me more of a chance to get down there because I haven't been there in a while and I miss it. So we'll definitely have to get together, though. I would love that.
I would love that too. We could have perch.
We could make it ourselves.
I would love to do that. You made it twice as delicious.
Exactly.
That's perfect.
Thank you so much, buddy.
You're welcome. Have a great holiday if I don't talk to you, and do let me know if you're around.
I absolutely will. Say hi to Terry.
Tell Conrad I love him.
Love you too.
How things have
All right.
changed.
Thank you, Conrad.
All right. Thanks, Bill.
Bye.
See you, buddy.
Listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Cloudy skies tonight with a bit of light snow possible after midnight. Temperatures rising into the mid-20s. On Wednesday, some lingering light snow in the morning, then increasing sunshine, breezy, and turning colder with temperatures falling into the teens. Right now, it's 19 degrees.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
You are listening to your local Civic Media radio station on air. Thank you. Did you know we are always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app?
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a man barely 6 feet tall, but a mountain of muscle, Pete Schwaba.
All right, welcome back to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Act 3 on this beautiful Tuesday night in cold, snowy Wisconsin. Conrad Krieger is back in the producer's chair after a nice little reset down in Florida there.
Yeah. It was a
fun,
nice reset.
All right.
Golfed a little bit. Went to Universal and
did
Disney.
you? Okay.
Yeah, checked out the new Epic universe, which included like Super Mario Land, like this dark universe where there was like a Frankenstein thing, and then How to Train Your Dragon, and a little bit of Harry Potter universe. It's the Fantastic Beasts. If you know what that is, that's where it's set, where they have it.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty cool. Got to go on some rides.
Very nice. I've never been to the one in Florida. I've been to the one in Orange County, out near
Universal
LA.
or Disney.
Universal I've been to. I used to live right by Universal in LA, but Disneyland. I thought you meant Disneyland. You said Universal.
Disney. I forget what.
Disney World.
Disney
is in Florida.
World.
Disneyland.
Yeah. We went to Epcot.
Oh, how was that?
Well, we did. You go around. I think there's 13 countries.
Oh, right. Okay.
And my brother and I got a drink in each.
Is that? That was a quick bus ride home. I would.
Well, no, we had some water, we had some food in each of it too. So
yeah,
but we weren't chugging it or anything. But it was a really fun time.
Sipping, that's fantastic. Well, we're kicking off hour number 3 here, folks. If you missed the show, it is available in podcast form at civicmedia.us. We've had a lot of fun tonight. Jim Knipfel was here. He is an author whose book was turned into a movie. And you can catch it at the Tarleton this weekend at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. It was called Noogie's Time to Shine. Love the title. And then Mike Siegel was here. Mike is a friend of mine and a TV host, and he was also in The Godfather of Green Bay and made a great behind-the-scenes video that you can see on YouTube. If you just go to YouTube and type in Godfather of Green Bay behind the scenes, you can see Tony Goldwyn, Lauren Holly, and the whole cast talking about their experience up in Marinette, Wisconsin. The movie is playing Thursday night, December 4th at the Atwood Music Hall. It's the 20th anniversary of The Godfather of Green Bay, and we will be giving tickets away. I think we'll do that tomorrow night, Con. We'll give some tickets away. But hopefully you guys can make it out there, and if you do, please say hello. We have a great cast. Kurt Newman wrote a great score. Kurt is the founder of the band The Bodines, gave us a lot of great Bodines music in the film. And it's kind of a feel-good movie and some good laughs and a good movie to see with a crowd. Part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society, too. So it's for a good cause and laughter and to help animals. So what could be better than that? So that is December 4th. I'll be there. Conrad's going to be there doing some behind-the-scenes stuff and talking to people. So it should be a really fun night. So come on out. This is Giving Tuesday, folks. I think you probably are already aware of that if you've been listening to the show. And if not, I'll just tell you. This is a great national holiday where people give and they find nonprofits and are encouraged to give and help those in need. Please go to your local Civic Media station's website and click on is it /give? Con, do I have that right?
Correct.
So it's the station site /give and click on the Giving Tuesday banner to help your local nonprofits in your area. Your kindness is greatly appreciated. And as I said, you can make someone very happy, especially during the holidays. It's cold outside, and there's a great list of nonprofits that you can help and donate to. And if you're in Madison, some of the affiliates we have here at Nite Lite are Madison, Wausau, Waukesha, Wisconsin Rapids, Richland Center, Oshkosh, Green Bay, Hayward, La Crosse, and Eau Claire. So go to your local website /give and click on the Giving Tuesday banner. Great stuff. And we will be talking about that a little more as the week goes on. It is also text to Con. How much do you love our text to win contest?
I love it.
This is our multi-state grown-up gift list text to win contest. And what's exciting is you can win $200 every day just by texting in the keyword that I'm going to give you in a few minutes before we go to break. It's very easy to do. You just have to have the Civic Media app. You text the keyword in on the app, and you are eligible for the daily prize of $200 cash in your pocket. And you will automatically be enrolled and eligible to win 3 grand prizes. A brand new snowblower, which it looks like we're going to need this winter based on what happened last weekend. I hope it's not the case. But a stainless steel cookware set or a portable air conditioner, which you probably won't need for a few months, but they are nice to have. And so it's a lot of fun. We love our text to win contest. People have fun with it. I gave the keyword out at 5 o'clock, and I will do that here in just a few minutes. And be part of our grown-up gift list multi-state text to win contest. Always fun here at Civic Media. And what else am I missing, Con? We got, why don't we let's go full-blown reintroduce the question of the night. You ready for this, buddy? All right, here's the Civic Media question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
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 Pregunta.
Question. Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question. Domanda. Question.
Questions.
Well, in addition to Giving Tuesday, which is great, and our text to win contest, we've got other stuff going on here too. It is Travel Tuesday here in America. It's a national website day. But our question of the night is, what is the crappiest state or city you've been to? I said North Dakota and Winnipeg. I know Winnipeg's not in America, but I guess I never really specified that it had to be in the U.S. Conrad said Athens, Greece, and the state of Illinois. Very mature.
Well, no, it's because of the traffic, you know?
Yeah. But when you say Illinois, like Chicago has traffic. The rest of Illinois, you could be in...
I don't think I've been to any other city
than Chicago?
Illinois than Chicago,
Okay.
yeah.
If you got to do Chicago,
oh, actually,
you
no.
ride the train.
I've been to, is it Gurney that has Six Flags?
Yeah, but that's basically Wisconsin.
So that's
Kenosha,
another,
Illinois.
That's one more city I've been to.
And Frank Anderson has a point. Chicago should be part of Wisconsin. Chicago, Wisconsin. It has a nice ring to it, too.
I don't like it.
Oh, look at you. Brett Kissinger will be here. He is a local Northeast Wisconsin-based author. He will be in studio. We've had 2 authors on tonight. That's fun. Brett is a very prolific writer, and he will be along shortly to join me here in the studio. But answer our question of the night. Love to know what you guys are thinking. What is the crappiest state or city you've been to? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can text us on the app as well, or if you are watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X, you can drop us a stream comment like Sydney Politics did. Sydney says, any city in Indiana. Well, that's a guy that just does not like Indiana.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Sydney's got issues with Indiana.
I
That's
don't
all
think
right.
I've ever actually been in a city in Indiana, just passing through.
It's one of those drive-through
Yeah.
states. Yeah. But there are some nice cities. I did stand up in Indianapolis many times. And in a weird way, I really like Gary, Indiana. It's gritty. It's deserted. It lost like half its population. But when that happens, like it happened with Detroit, I think there's a great opportunity for rebirth. I think that's going to happen for some of those like Hammond, Gary. I mean, they are on the lake. And everybody's coming to the Great Lakes, Conrad.
You know, and I just love that it's after a first name, you know? Those are my favorite cities.
It's actually the guy's last name. But there's no city named Steve.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
That would be cool. I had a perfect, like, I kind of thought of you because I know you hate winter. I realized I was trying to get down here because we had some recording to do. And I left a little early, and I get to my car, and it's got snow on it, like 1.5 inches of snow. It somehow snowed last night. I shoveled the whole driveway the night before. I didn't even know it snowed last night. I had more snow on my car. I open the door, snow goes in the car. I got to wipe that off.
Oh, no.
And then while I'm looking for my snow scraper, I bump my head and snow goes down my collar. And I'm about ready to take hostages. I'm just like, I hate winter. What am I doing? And it was awful. But it's like one of those things. It's like a, for lack of a better term, snowball effect.
Yeah.
Awful.
You know,
just a constant reminder of winter.
As soon as I got back on Sunday, I could barely see my car.
Oh, yeah, because you had probably 15 inches of snow on it, right?
Yeah.
Or
and
12 maybe?
And my like snow shovel for my car kind of thing is a little bit broken.
Oh, that's the other thing. I went to scrape ice off my windshield, and I bought like a $2 scraper, and it broke. So now I've got the palm of my hand on the sharp part. I'm just going like this, and I can barely reach it.
Well, I mean, I pretty much did the same thing. I got in my car, and I realized I had snow everywhere. And I was like, great to be back.
It's miserable. But we choose to live here.
Yeah, we do.
I mean,
we do.
it's a rough. I realized yesterday because it was December 1st. I'm like, this is the last fun month. You know, New Year's is fun, and then it's just kind of downhill. Like the year is a great buildup, and then it crescendos like at Christmas, and then we go down, and until May, I don't really find any joy, at least in the weather. You know,
my first enjoyable day during that time is the first day it gets to 40 degrees.
Yeah,
and then I'm just like, it's coming
because that actually feels warm.
You go outside in shorts.
Right, exactly. All right, let's get through some texts here. Our question of the night is, what is the crappiest state or city you've been to? And this is in honor of Travel Tuesday, which is a thing, folks. Melissa in Madison, and then a 608 says, Indiana.
I think that's like 6 for Indiana.
For Indiana, I know. Monica from Mount Horeb, also in the 608, says, went to Roswell, New Mexico this spring. Interesting. She says there was a lot of hype, but there was only one UFO museum and then some other lame UFO experience thing. I have enjoyed something about every state I've been to. Also went to North Dakota for the first time this year and wasn't aware there were that many shades of green. Pierre, South Dakota is a little underwhelming as a capital city. Monica's just got a whole laundry list of bad cities and states. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Melissa. Pardon me. Tyler from Wisconsin Rapids in the 608, well, his phone is in the 608, says, Winslow, Arizona. We 4 long-hair hippies stopped on a speed trap, car search, pay big fine, and escort out of town. I think he's missing some articles in that sentence, Tyler, but he says, did not see the girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford. I love that tune. That's the Eagles. You know that song, Con?
I know like a couple songs from the Eagles.
It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford.
I don't know
Slowing
that one,
down
though.
to take a look at me. Well, I didn't sing it very well either. Ed in Madison in the 608 says, Indiana, I refuse to
7.
stop in that state. When forced to go through it, I arrange all my stops to be in a bordering state. They should bulldoze it and try again. Wow. That is harsh. Ross from Crawford County says, I've been to just about every state in the union, and I can't find one that I would say I don't like. Oh, look at that, Ross. Nice. Every state has horrible traffic. The cities that I don't like are ones that are difficult to walk around in. If there's really nothing to do in those cities, so no cultural places to visit, no decent breweries. Cities that have, say, a river or a stream or a lake, don't take advantage of that with a nice walkway alongside it, are disappointing. Janesville, which is kind of a nice city, but I don't think they take advantage of the Rock River. Most of the restaurants and such are a block or so away and miss the view. You know, I'm with Ross there. It annoys me when people don't make the most of their lakefront. I don't think we've done that in Marinette. And, I mean, it goes back decades. Somebody kind of dropped the ball along the way, you know.
Yeah.
But I totally get what Ross is saying. Thank you, Ross. All right, we will get to your text as well, Bridget, and others that just came in. We're going to do a very short break and come back with author Brett Kissinger. Do you think he's a Packer fan, Con? Maybe we can indulge him in some Packer Bear talk.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. He benches a lot, too, just letting you know. It's Pete Schwaba at Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Gotta go on the lam, stuck in no man's land. Ain't nobody.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW.
Sturgeon Spirits of Oshkosh. Next door to their cocktail bar and tasting room on Oregon Street is the Ready Room, open for your next event. A private bar with aviation-inspired details. It's ideal for intimate parties, conferences, or holiday parties and reunions. Sturgeon Spirits, 2663 Oregon Street in Oshkosh, and at grocery and liquor stores throughout the Fox Valley. As you begin your holiday travels, buy local, drink global, and take a piece of Oshkosh with you. SturgeonSpirits.com.
Hey, it's Amanda, and we all know that Northeast Wisconsin has some of the best events around, but trying to find them all can be tricky. So here at WGBW, we decided to do the work for you. Prevent boredom on any night by going to WGBW.FM and click events in the top right corner. You'll never have to spend forever scrolling to find out what's going on in your area. And if you got an event to share, hit us up by emailing info@WGBW.FM, bringing you local news and timeless hits while giving you the 411 on what's happening in New Wisco.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns, it's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by US Aging.
My sweet Lord, oh my Lord, my sweet Lord.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite. We are barreling through a Tuesday night here, folks. And get ready. I am about to give you the keyword for our multi-state grown-up gift list text-to-win contest here at Civic Media. You just need the app, like I mentioned a few minutes ago. Text the keyword in on the app, and you're eligible to win $200. That is our daily cash prize, and you would be eligible automatically for our 3 grand prizes, which are a brand new snowblower, a stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. And ladies and gentlemen, this hour's keyword is fun. F-U-N. Fun. Spell it, Con.
F-U-N.
I put you under pressure, and you still did it. You crushed it.
If I couldn't spell that, I don't.
That is our keyword of the night. Text it in on the app. Good luck, everybody. Always fun. We'll remind you of the keyword in a little while as well. Bridget from the 818 texted in Las Vegas. Bridget doesn't like the city of Las Vegas. She says at one point they marketed it for families. Yeah, that was weird. She says, I was there at the time, and I was with my young son and saw a man with 2 hookers going into our hotel. Magazines all over the ground with ads for prostitutes. It was a strange time. Families, gamblers, prostitutes, water fountains. That sounds like a great weekend. I don't know what anybody else is thinking, but I'm totally with you, Bridget. That was weird when Vegas pivoted. Kind of a strange thing.
Plot twist.
Absolutely. And then what do we got here? We had another one I want to get to. Now we've got all the texts rolling in, so I got to get through these. Jewel in the 920 says, Arkansas. I went to a McDonald's there once, and the lady asked me if I was from Yugoslavia, and I said, no, Wisconsin. She said, where's that? Oh, my God. That's hilarious. Jewel is from Cross Plains. She says, worst city is Lake Geneva. It's part of Chicago. Okay, that's fair. I don't condone that kind of talk about our friend Tom Lennon's home city now. But thank you, Jewel. Thank you for the text. Janet from Madison says, I couldn't wait. Oh, Janet says, Evansville, Indiana. This was in the 80s, so maybe it's improved. She says, I couldn't wait to get out of there. That's so crazy. Thank you for the texts, everybody. Keep those coming, and text in those keywords, too, on the app. Right now, it is my pleasure to introduce my next guest. He is a very prolific writer and author from right here in Northeast Wisconsin. He is no stranger to Nite Lite. He's been here before, and he always comes into the studio, and I love that. Mr. Brett Kissinger. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I see you haven't missed any workouts since your last visit.
Yeah.
If you're watching on the stream, Conrad, what do you bench? 180? Did we 280? 275?
275.
What do you think Brett benches?
400.
Do you bench?
I do. I don't go for max anymore, though. So I'll leave it as a question mark.
It's a guy trying to be. You can humble brag here, Brett. Let me put it these. You think you could put 3 bills up?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. The self-destructive side of me wants to say something insulting just to see what he would do, because look at this guy, he's a mountain of muscle. And you're not a football fan, typically.
Not typically, no.
No, okay.
Yeah.
No
I mean, I'm a
thoughts?
Packer fan, but I mean,
Yeah.
not invested to the point of other people are. But
When it comes to blasting your quads, Brett, what is your max there? I'm totally kidding. I don't even know if that's a thing. But
blasting the quads?
Or your pecs, whatever. All right, enough joking. It is great to have you. You're a serious author. I'm trying to be funny with you, and you write these great books about pretty heavy topics.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to get into that. We do have to do a break. So why don't we hold our book talk until after the news, and then we will jump into your new. Well, give us some background, if you would, on your new book. This is sort of a Romeo and Juliet story.
Sort of, yeah. So it kind of came about researching my last novel in the terms of just the way the Holocaust didn't end in 1945 for the Jews. The World War II really didn't end for the German people in May of 1945. After it was torn apart, became 2 zones or 4 zones, which later became West and East Germany. And kind of the idea was, reading about the history and all these families and friends that were just torn apart when this wall came up and separated for decades. And I just thought that was a really good story, and to kind of put, like you said, like a Romeo and Juliet type situation where, every relationship has a wall that could be put up, and this one happens to be a literal wall that is kind of insurmountable.
And that it's a lot like, and I'm sure what happened in your book happened. People were separated by that wall, kind of like the Civil War, where you had brother fighting against brother, as the saying goes. This book is called Whispers Through the Wall. Great title, by the way. Where did you come up with the title?
I took a long time to kind of think of what I wanted. It was the working title of The Wall, and I knew I need something a little punchier than that.
Yeah.
And just the idea of this relationship really, a whisper is kind of like a soft thing, and like this relationship was also just holding on by a thread or a whisper or a feather type of thing in the wall, obviously in reference to the Berlin Wall.
So where does a kid from Northeast Wisconsin, guy, whatever, we've got about a minute to go till the break. What makes you want to write about something so geographically distant, so to speak? I mean, it's a great story. Everybody knows about East-West Germany, but to dig into this, and I'll ask you after the break about your research and all that, but what made you want to write this?
I think it's we know a little bit about East and West Germany, but I really think, especially in American schools, if you look at the 1960s, you're ending the Korean War, you've got the Kennedy assassination, and then you got Vietnam. and the whole East-West Berlin kind of becomes a footnote in American schools, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it was a very Kauderpeg or, area where one shot could start World War III, and that really, the entire eyes of the world were on Berlin at that time.
That's crazy. All right, we're going to get more into Brett's new book, Whispers Through the Wall. Love the title. We'll do the news. We'll come back, bang out a couple texts, maybe give people the keyword again, a few laughs, a couple drinks, and we'll see what happens. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. We're coming right back on the Civic Media Radio Network.
And the beat goes on. Beat goes on. Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee. La-da-da-da-da.
From Ashwaubenon to Alloway, this is 97.9 WGBW.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth pushing back against questions surrounding a deadly strike on a suspected drug boat. ABC News confirming that the military carried out a second strike on a suspected drug boat in the Caribbean back in September, killing 2 survivors.
Secretary Hegseth is saying he didn't see the second strike, and the president says he had not been aware of it. Members of Congress are wondering who holds final responsibility up the chain of command. This week, they could get some answers with Admiral Bradley heading to the Hill to meet with lawmakers behind closed doors.
ABC's Martha Raddatz, President Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff, and the president's son-in-law Jared Kushner going face-to-face today with Vladimir Putin. After meeting nearly 5 hours, no peace deal for Ukraine. A pre-trial hearing for Luigi Mangione, charged with the murder of United Healthcare's CEO, expected to continue tomorrow as the defendant's lawyers try to convince the judge to suppress certain evidence. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Cloudy skies tonight with a bit of light snow possible after midnight. Temperatures rising into the mid-20s. On Wednesday, some lingering light snow in the morning, then increasing sunshine, breezy, and turning colder with temperatures falling into the teens. Right now, it's 19 degrees.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life.
All right, welcome back. Just a reminder, folks, the keyword for our text to win, our multi-state Civic Media grown-up gift list text to win contest. This hour's keyword is fun. F-U-N. Fun. Very simple. Text it in on the Civic Media app. That's the only way it will count. So please text it in, and you have a chance to win $200 and be enrolled in our grand prize drawing, which will happen as well. We are doing this through December 12th, so you have lots of chances to win. Good luck, everybody. Keyword is fun. We've got some text here. Our question of the night is, what is the crappiest state or city you've been to? Because it's Travel Tuesday. And John Murray, our pal from the 608, says, evening, Peter and Conrad. Lived in Chicago for 4 years and worked in the Hancock Building way back in the late 80s. Cool. I was a little intimidated, but never uncomfortable everywhere I went in the Windy City. None of my experience there prepared me for a Gary, Indiana gas station. It was like a nightmare. Burned out cars on the street in front, two dudes punching each other like Rocky next to the bathroom door. It looked like an active war zone, just a bulletproof drawer to put the money into pay. No entry. Car doors locked till back in Illinois. Yikes. I said Gary was like one of my favorite cities for that reason, for the grit. I don't want to get caught there. I'm just saying. I think there's a lot of potential there. Thank you, John. Steady Eddie says, Pete and Conrad, North Dakota. Another vote for North Dakota. That's like maybe 4?
I think that's the second in the running.
You ever been to North Dakota? Brett?
No, I haven't.
No? All right. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting some non-love, though.
Indiana has 9.
Oof.
So I think that's still winner.
It's going to be our winner. Steady Eddie continues. Golfer Ken Green, a 5-time winner on the PGA Tour, once saved his dog named Nip from the attack of a 10.5-foot gator in Florida. This is to our conversation earlier about Conrad's vacation. He says the dog had jumped into a canal to retrieve a rubber ball, and the alligator attacked. Green said, I wasn't going to watch my dog go like that. He jumped into the canal, wrestled the gator, and got the dog to safety. The dog needed stitches, and Green was unable to play golf for a month. This is a terrible story. Green also lost a leg in an auto accident, but was able to return to play professional golf. I saw him play in the Madison area on the PGA Champions Tour several years ago. I, Steadfast Edward, many years ago, once bravely faced a large, fierce-looking snapping turtle on the green of a local golf course. The giant turtle was in my putting line. Pete, that's a big no-no in golf. Ask Conrad. What was I to do? It was me against him, man against beast, immovable object versus irresistible force. After some contemplation, I decided to cautiously putt around the giant, menacing prehistoric reptile. I still have all my fingers and live to tell the tale. I hope that big old turtle is still alive, swimming free. No harm, no foul. Very forgiving. Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. Be kind to your friends in the swamp. Steady Eddie. And P.S. Conrad, there's a postscript. Conrad, congrats on the 2-year anniversary of Nite Lite. Thank you, Steady Eddie. One of our favorite texters. Much appreciated, and great to hear from you. All right, my guest in the studio here is author Brett Kissinger. He is from Algoma, Wisconsin. Made the drive to the Nite Lite studios tonight. It's good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see you.
So did you answer the question of the night? You have a state or city you don't like?
No. North Dakota seems like an attack on a very passive people, but
You think they're passive?
I don't know. Kind of maybe
They're nice
Las
people.
Vegas, I guess.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's not for everybody and definitely
True.
not for families.
Right. But North Dakota, I want to clarify, the people are very nice. It's just not a lot to look at. They don't have our trees, or it's kind of bleak, especially in the winter. Yeah. So, all right, so Las Vegas, what about a state? Have you been to a state you thought was crappy?
No, I don't think so.
You're too positive,
Yeah.
Brett. All right, let's get into Brett's book. He is an author. He wrote, his new book is called Whispers Through the Wall. We've talked about many of your books on this show before. Give us a little background on the story, Brett, and then let's tell people where they can find it.
Sure. So, yeah, we talked about the Romeo and Juliet aspect of the novel, and in researching it, just kind of, it was capitalism versus communism in the same city. And that's never happened before, where you had, the American-backed capitalism, the Soviet-backed communism, and it was kind of like two queens on a chessboard, meeting head on. And in researching the drastic differences in the life of a West Berliner versus an East Berliner, just in the terms of smog and pollution and the types of automobiles and the music and, the clothing, and the Stasi were kind of the infamous secret police, where they had an unlimited network of informants that were ratting out your neighbors and your friends and your family. And basically an unofficial number is 1 in 6 East Germans were part of the Stasi machine and reporting on people, and just the fear that they instilled, and that really kind of informed the novel of Wolfgang, who's the main character from East Berlin, and just how much terror they could instill, and like, who can you trust? And after the wall went down, they had to come to grips with the fact that your brother, your mother, your sister had informed on you to the Stasi, and the betrayal that these people felt is kind of unfathomable.
Wow. Your main character is Wolfgang and Lieselot.
Yes.
Saying that right?
Yep.
We're childhood friends. The wall went up, and it is sort of a Romeo and Juliet story, more modern day. I'm guessing to write books, the kind of books you write, you have to be like a history buff, I assume.
Yeah, I'm definitely a history buff. Yeah.
Does that make it easier when, I assume for something like this, or really anything you've written, Brett, when you've been on the show and talked about it, there's a lot of research that goes into it. How much time do you have to put into
You have to
that?
put a lot in, and I'm definitely like pretty meticulous, and like, if I write about a full moon, like, I'm going to research and see, like, okay, on that day and in that year, was that actually a full moon? Because I'm very like picky about that sort of thing, where I want it to be incredibly factual. I don't want to change facts to meet my story. Like, I always kind of say that the facts are the brick, and my story is like the mortar. Like, that could be malleable, but like, I'm not going to change the facts. So like, I make sure that works. So yeah, I definitely try to read as much as I can. Podcasts, documentaries, anything I can watch, even movies. Like, I won't necessarily take the facts, but I can look at clothing and, just kind of like the automobiles, and kind of get an understanding of what things look like. And
so is what you do, like, would you call it historical fiction?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
That's great. All right. So where can people find Whispers Through the Wall?
They can find it on Amazon if they just look up my name. The Kindle version or the ebook is available for pre-order, and then the paperback and hardcover are available on Friday the 5th.
What do you think people should buy? Should they go paperback?
I'm kind of old school. I have gone Kindle a lot recently because I buy a lot of books, and it's like I have my own library. But there's something about turning a page that just is.
I agree with you.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I'll read things both ways, but I definitely prefer turning a page. What do you read? Like, what is your genre of choice when you're not writing something? And or do you read different things so you hope you don't accidentally grab an idea that you wonder where the idea came from?
Yeah, I'll read basically anything. I do like to work nonfiction. Like, I just read a book on Lewis and Clark.
Okay.
That was very long, very detailed. Like I knew what they had for lunch on a certain day, which was a little more in depth than what I was looking for.
Oh.
Yeah, but
it's a Lunchable. Move on.
Yeah. But I do like reading nonfiction because you never know what little tidbit of history is going to spark something. So
yeah. And where do you get your ideas? Like, where did you get the idea for Whispers Through the Wall?
So in my last book, The Surviving Remnant, there's a scene that takes place in Berlin in 1964. So I did some research of like, all right, I knew that the wall was up at that point, and just kind of researching this little not a throwaway scene, but, some narration, like I came across and I was like, ooh, that's really poised for drama. It's just, between the two superpowers, and then on a granular level between just separated people. And I read about something called the Palace of Tears, and just that name struck me as like, wow, that's
really powerful.
It's very poignant. And it was the area where people basically could, if they were approved by the East, they could visit family from the West. And of course, it's got its nickname because that was the final goodbye for so many Germans. And that was incredibly powerful.
Have you ever seen a movie called The Boys from Brazil?
No, I haven't.
You seem like you like that era.
Yeah.
It's just about how they tried to clone Hitler. And there's all these boys in Brazil that look the same because they were Gregory Peck's character was cloning Hitler, and Laurence Olivier's character was tracking the Nazis.
Oh.
So it's something you might. I
Yeah,
thought,
definitely.
When
Two
we
good
were talking.
actors.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great cast. My guest is Brett Kissinger. He is all the way. He's an Algoma kid done good. Are you from the streets of Algoma?
Streets, the downtown, the slums. No.
The slums of Algoma. Are there slums in Algoma?
No, there's not. It's a very nice city.
Too gorgeous of a town. Do you have a place you like to write, Brett? Do you have I ask a lot of writers this because where do you find you do the best work? Is it in a home office? Do you rent space? Do you go to a library?
No, it's a nice, comfortable chair in my living room and some headphones on, and then just a mix of movie soundtracks that kind of like fit.
Yeah, nice.
I'm definitely, I have like soundtracks to every book I write, and then like it just kind of helps, if I'm in an action scene, maybe some Hans Zimmer, if it's kind of like a romantic, some James Horner, like it just, that definitely kind of
that's an escape, isn't it? Like it's work for you. But I was the same way when I would write something. When you're trying to capture a mood, is that why you do it with the soundtrack?
Definitely.
Yeah.
But then you have to worry that, okay, the reader's not going to be listening to the song. Does it still work on its own? So
what is this, Miami Vice? What is
yeah.
So you like to sit in a chair. Is there a time of day you like to write? Like, do you like nighttime when it's quiet, or morning when it's quiet?
So I still work a full-time day-to-day job. So my day starts early. Then I work. So I'm probably write from 3:30 to 8 is when I focus on my books.
So you get done with your day job, so to speak.
Yeah.
At 3:30. What do you do? Lift weights? Is that your full-time
that's what
occupation?
I do in the morning. I work for I'm a pricing specialist for a label manufacturing company.
Okay. So you're ready to just escape when you get home and get into a book or something. Yeah. So you write from 3:30 to 8:30. Yep. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Like a lot of writers I know, they cap it at 3 hours. Some pull a Kerouac and do crazy 2 days in a row. I can never do that. Do you drink when you write?
I don't.
Okay.
No.
A lot of people I know think they do great work when they drink, and maybe they do, but I know it was the writer Paul Schrader said, write drunk, edit sober. So at some point you have to not drink, but I
used
worked
for Hemingway. So
yeah, exactly. Well, there's a lot of writers I think that capitalized on that, but it probably did affect them at some point. What kind of books we have? Oh God, we're out of time already. Not totally, but we have to do a short break.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
We're going to come back with author Brett Kissinger and talk more about his book, Whispers Through the Wall, and the writing process. And we'll do that, and he'll help us close down the show here at Nite Lite on a Tuesday. We're coming right back. It's Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I can't remember a damn thing. I think it's one of those deja vu things. Or a dream is trying to tell me something, but will I ever stop thinking about it? I don't know. I doubt it. Subterranean by design. I wonder what I would find if I met you. Let my eyes caress you until I meet the door of Mrs. says who. Often wonder what makes her work. I guess I'll leave that question to the experts. Assuming that there are some out there, they're probably alone. Solitaire.
The holidays are here, and it's time to pick a present from Civic Media's grown-up gift list with this local station. Listen while you work for the keywords to text for your chance to win $200 cash and be entered to win one of our grand prizes, a snowblower, stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. Just download the free Civic Media app and listen weekdays at 7, 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7 for your chance to win in our multi-state contest.
With locations in Appleton and Oshkosh, Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley since 1972, offering comprehensive eye care services. Their doctors also share a special interest in treating chronic dry eye disease, providing specialty contact lenses, and expert pediatric eye care. Find Insight Eye Care on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit wiinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
You are listening to your local Civic Media radio station on air. Thank you. Did you know we are always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app too? And if you miss a show or game, find it wherever you get your podcasts or on our website, civicmedia.us.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think. Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message.
Tomorrow, folks, we have a great show. I'll be live from Madison as we get closer to the Godfather of Green Bay screening on Thursday. But I will be live from Madison, and celebrity chef Chad Visker will be with me tomorrow. Producer Brian Edding, and who are it's the Mad Moms of Comedy.
Yes,
that's what they're called. And we've got one of the Mad Moms will be on the show tomorrow. I hope she's not too angry. And then Lauren Holly will be joining me tomorrow to discuss the screening as well. It'll be good to catch up with Lauren. We haven't spoken in quite a while, so anxious to catch up with her. Closing out the text here, Sydney Politics says, shout out to my workplace, RCCSA Resource Center here in Madison, Wisconsin. Visit the website to give and support victims. There you go. Thank you, Sydney Politics. Great text. And if you're watching on the stream, you can see that... I'm
going to try to read that again. Our screen is going berserk here. The RCCSA Resource Center in Madison. Visit the website. So Google that, visit the website, and you can support victims that way. Also Giving Tuesday. Super 123 Star says, awesome shout out, Sydney Politics. Also, Brett's book sounds powerful. I have no doubt that it is. That is our friend Terry Barr, and she does a lot of great stuff here at Civic Media. And she's referring to my guest, Brett Kissinger, who is here with me in the studio. We were talking about the writing process. Do you have a favorite author or one you try to emulate, but not too much?
I would say no. I mean, obviously, like growing up in the 90s, like J.K. Rowling was a huge influence, and I don't write fantasy, but
yeah.
No, I mean, I just, no, not really.
No.
Just, yeah.
You like to, do you read Leon Uris? You ever read anything by Leon?
I haven't, no.
Okay. I would love to know what you think about Trinity, because he's just historical fiction too.
Yeah.
Same type of genre, you know, but
yeah.
So do you read books in this genre when you're trying to escape?
No, not normally, because I don't want to be comparative, and I don't want to, like you said, kind of emulate unintentionally. So I try to steer clear of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the biggest influences for me growing up, I kind of hit that golden age of historical dramas with Titanic, Forrest Gump, Saving Private Ryan, Gladiator, Braveheart, Apollo 13. You know, it's just kind of like the golden age of that. So those were very impressionable on me. So,
all right, let's stick with that. When you write a book, and you were here probably not even a year ago, pitching or promoting another book, how long does it take you from when you sit down with the idea till you have something to publish?
Right now, I'm doing a book a year, which I'm pretty happy about.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I'm definitely a goal-oriented person. So if I set off, I try not to take any days off and try to, pretty strict with regiment. And,
right.
I know I can get more done on a Saturday and Sunday than I can on a Monday. But if I can get 10 pages done on a Monday, that's helpful.
Jeez. So you get 10 pages done. When you go back and edit that, what is that process like? Like, do you do a draft and then you go back and start on page one and edit, or do you go in smaller increments when you're editing?
I try to get the first draft done, because I think that's the biggest hurdle for any writer is just like get to the end. So I finish the draft, and then the first edit, I kind of like to think I'm using a chainsaw, and then as you progress and kind of improve it, and then it's kind of like, all right, let's get the scalpel out. And now we're like, where can I replace the word with a better word choice and that sort of thing.
One of the things I like about, we may have talked about this before, but writing movies, you have little benchmarks you have to hit.
Right.
You need a major plot point by somewhere between pages 20 and 30. Your second act ends at page 75 if it's a comedy, or 90. I like that. Yeah. I don't know that I could sit down and write a book where you don't have any of that to follow, or are there?
There are. Yeah, okay. You definitely have those two where, you need that catalyst.
What are they?
I like to think of it, I'm kind of like with you in the screenplay, where it's like, I need a catalyst, like something's got to hook the reader in the first 10, 15 pages. Then there's got to be a big event, and there's got to be a crisis and a pinch, and there's got to be a showdown and a resolution. And so no, there are those points where, every so often you need to hit, and I always kind of say you've got the heart of the story, and then you've got kind of the muscle and like the action and stuff. But like,
right.
Yeah. So
that's really cool. It's funny because now that you say that, that is like every book. Like I realized at some point that watching TV hurt me as a reader, and especially phones, because my attention span is nothing anymore. So when I'm reading a book and it's like this great event happens, or it's a thrilling part, and then they go back to, Stephen had paid attention to every brick he laid in his garden. There was vine and ivy. I'm like, I can't read this anymore. Get to the action again, you know? And how do I fix that, Brett? What do I do?
Yeah, it's a fine blend where, you want to give an idea of what the daily life of character is, but to your point where it's like, I don't need 8 paragraphs of how he takes his coffee. Just tell me he got a cup of coffee with cream.
I get it.
Yeah, you have to, you kind of use it where when it's action, you kind of use quicker sentences and kind of knowing when to speed things up and slow things down. And it's
Well said. What are you watching on TV? Anything you could recommend? Let's switch to another medium here.
Yeah, I just finished Death by Lightning, which is the Netflix series about James Garfield's assassination. That was pretty incredible. By all accounts, he would have been a really phenomenal president. And he was killed, I think, 3 months into his term. Really well acted. It's with Michael Shannon and Nick Offerman, who's kind of, breaking out of that Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Ron Swanson.
He's good, though.
Yeah,
He's in a lot of different stuff.
Stole the scenes as Chester Arthur, the vice president. I finished Ken Burns' The American Revolution. That was Ken Burns, is really, really great.
Ken Burns is Ken Burns. He's fantastic. Dude, I hope you stop by before a year.
Yeah,
finish something.
definitely.
Good luck with it. The book is Whispers Through the Wall. Brett Kissinger. Where can people find it? Just Google.
On Amazon. Just type in
Okay.
Brett Kissinger, BRET.
Next time you're here, I'm hoping you can bench 400. Do you think you could go for that?
I will starting tomorrow.
Yeah, you could bench Conrad. What do you like? 180, Conrad? 200, two bills? He could bench you.
180 for sure.
He could bench both of us. That would just be awkward, though. All right. Lauren Holly, folks, tomorrow night, live from Madison. Thank you for all your texts and calls. Thank you to Brett Kissinger. Thank you to Jim Knipfel. And who else do we have, Conrad? Mr. Bill Leff helping us celebrate anniversary number 2. And Mike Siegel, we're coming back tomorrow night. Good night, Wisconsin.